Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss that stack, taking big swings, hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Culture Casino Late Night Culture Show with four amazing panelists now and many others to join us, including a special guest this evening, a wonderful comic book creator. You've met him before on Comics Division's channel. Jason will be joining us tonight to promote his amazing book, Jupiter. And you will probably see him on many other channels in the future, but his campaign is up rocking and rolling already. He's well beyond what he originally wanted, which I thought was awfully low, but he is at 231% of his goal, sitting over $1,100. And the book looks amazing. But when he gets here, I'll let him promote it. Before that, I want to introduce my amazing panel. We've got my editor-in-chief, the guy that makes me look good. If I don't look good, he don't look good. He might as well be Vidal Sassoon. Mr. Grant Gregory, how are you tonight, my friend?
G'day. How's everyone doing?
Really good.
I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know about making you look good like that. I mean, Brahma Bull's clearly the best looking bloke on the panel with that bloody smoker's jacket. Not gonna lie.
Agreed.
Loving it.
It's not gay. It's just respect. So.
Well, I'm even in both ways. It's fine, Grant. I mean, nobody. I mean,
oh, both ways. Okay, then. Yeah. Then it's bisexual. Then. All right.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, he doesn't have the lighting. He doesn't have the lighting for it, but we'll forgive him for now. We just got a member chat from our friend Rebel Dragon, who's been a member for 6 months. Any prediction for Mario movie since it's on Wednesday? You know what? We'll get to that. I promise you. We're going to talk a little bit of Mario. We're going to talk a little bit of the weekend box office. But before we do that, let's talk to the man that looks like Mission Control. He's also wandering with Snoopy. He has a amazing undersubbed YouTube channel and, well, all the other places he streams, which I think is 16 at last count. It's our friend Jason from Sci-Fi For Me TV.
Howdy. Not only that, but I also now have a floating dinosaur in the studio. So, that's the most important thing.
Are you living in your own private Idaho?
I am. Yes. Mrs. Boss was inspired by the first manned SpaceX mission. They had one of those, and she's like, I want a floating dinosaur. So I gave her a floating dinosaur.
Well, very good.
You got to keep the missus happy.
Ooh. I want to say hi to everybody on Rumble because I don't often get a chance to say hi to everybody over there. We got Jeff Pearson. We've got David Rex Glenn. We've got, a couple other folks, Buster25 in the Union. A few other folks watching over there that's not chatting right now, and that's fine. I'm glad you're lurking. And last but not least on my panel, yeah, he looks fabulous. Look at him. He's got a shirt. He's got a tie. He's got a smoking jacket. He is the elegant smoker, named by Carrie Smith, as a matter of fact. And, he's just a nice dude. His name is Mr. Brahmable. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm doing good. Yeah. Weekend's coming to a close a little bit too fast for me. Getting ready to go back to work. But, yeah, it was a good weekend. We had some fun last night on our show. We had a few friends that we know that had a visit from the Rumble CEO last night. Wow. $500 tips to Jacob and to Flawed.
Well, congratulations to both of them.
He's out and about tonight, so
maybe. You know what? Well deserved. Those wonderful channels. I'm telling you right now, Rumble is going to be a force in the future. There's no other way to put it. But I want to say hi to the forces in our current. We have a lot of them, not only on Rumble, not only on Twitter, but also here on the tube. I said I highlighted these on the way in, but you got Eric K out there, the master of mods, the mensch of wrenches, and a good friend of mine. Great to see him. Y Destroyer 3466 is here. We've got Mark's 4716 Earth minutes, and that expired. We are live now for 7 minutes. We've got Aaron Ratliff out there, Read by Nature, Carl Anderson, Robert Kijek says, Culture, why do all the guys on Mead flirt with you? Must be the hair. Well, I get flirted with a lot. It's okay. That's fine. Attention is attention. Zachariah 315 is here. We got Mecha J here. There's Jamie G. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Tim Hayes is here. Purple Haze. We got SP4H here. We've got low spec Linux laptop. There's Southern Bell. We've got the incredible CC Karaoke. Aaron Ratliff is joining us. There's the lovely Tina Bojan. So many great human beings. We've got James Caserta here, hovering 100 miles above Earth. And it looks like our guest has joined us. We'll get right to Mr. Sandberg here in just a moment. He is a very talented person, and I will show you why I say that in just a moment. We've got the Common Nerd, also known as Jesse. What's up, buddy? The Union of Amateur Strategists, or strategists, if you prefer. There are more and more folks coming in. I appreciate it. Let's see. James Villanueva is here. E. Clay Thomas is here to make fun of me. Larry, a name so nice you say it twice. Larry. Apparently, I'm getting a Glad raid. That's fantastic. Super. And we got Cash Kester in the house. There's, I think, Radioactive. I said again. We've got DS Ford here. A few other folks rolling in the door. For those of you, if I don't say your name, it's not personal. It's just there's a lot of you, like Jatho and BLT. The Southern Bell is here. Greetings, dear. Let's see who else. Sean Mountain is here. What is up? We've got John Puma here. I think I saw David Glenn over here. There's Cynthia Carter here. We've got the very talented Andy Masterson. He's bragging about his chip and coin collection. We got Elizabeth Young. Sorry, dear. That was bad. Let's see. Brahma's here, but he's on the panel. There are many, many other folks. I think I saw. Yeah, there she is. The lovely Sherry. Rob Altus is here. We've got many, many more folks. You know what? I could go on and on and on and on, but Sonder Hammerslag, John Parson, and all the rest of you, thank you for being here. And again, we'll see you in the chat as we go. Diesel, Walter, all of you folks that are here. Let's introduce our guest, because we have been going for 9 minutes and very little has happened other than we were flirting with you. You were flirting with us. But let's flirt with our guest. His name is Jason. And you know what? For this segment, this part of the show, I'm going to do something I don't do. I'm turning on display names. That way you can see who we have as a special guest. All right. Jason Sandberg has created a comic. He's been working on this multiple times in his life. It is a beautiful piece of art. It is called Jupiter. And from this point forward, Jason, please introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your project.
Yep, I'm Jason Sandberg. I'm the writer, artist, colorist on this comic book Jupiter. I did everything, including the typos. I launched my Indigogo campaign on Thursday, and the comics division and the team here were so gracious. They had me on for my launch day stream. I was extremely honored, and we did really well. We funded within 24 hours. And right now we've broken 4 figures, and we are hovering about at like 1,100 something. My goal tonight is to make people aware of it, show you some of the add-ons that you'll get as perks, and hopefully we can get to 1,250 tonight or tomorrow morning, because I have a $5,000 stretch goal that I'll show you guys later. It's really cool, but I don't want to make a big deal about the stretch goal until at least get a quarter of the way, which would be 1,250. Jupiter's 40 pages full color. It's 95% done. I sent a copy to Comics Division. That's how I got on the show. I'm just doing some final tune-up on the art. So this is one of those indie comics where you crowdfund. I'm going to send the print files to the printer immediately after the end of the campaign, and I'll be fulfilling probably before 4th of July. So this won't be something where you put in some money and you're waiting and so forth. I'm going to do a quick turnaround on it, and I'm already like 8 pages into issue 2. It's got superheroes, surrealism. It's got dinosaurs crashing into castles. It's got games of chess played on 3D floating cubes, all kinds of crazy stuff. It even has a 1970s style pie ad. Remember the Hostess ads and Twinkie ads? I got one of those even. So I'm looking forward to showing you more. And thank you for having me on Culture.
You bet. Thanks for promoting that. Would you mind terribly if I showed everybody your campaign?
Oh, absolutely. And before you go to the campaign, I got to mention I've got the first one.
There we go. I fixed it. There we go.
No, thank you. The first 100 backers are going to receive at the basic tier, the $10 tier. You're going to get the comic. You're also going to get a genuine non-prize, not to be confused with a no prize. This is a non-prize. It's better than a Marvel no prize because it's indie. So you'll get this for free. It's also available in the other tiers, but I think this kind of is indicative of how I want to make this fun and deliver the best quality I can to everybody who's kind of sick of mainstream corporate culture, especially the big 2 comic book companies.
Right. No, we appreciate that. And Robert Kijik has a question. Are they numbered?
I don't know. I don't have anything numbered.
Okay. All right. Are you going to do that in the future since you're going to come out with multiple issues potentially?
Oh, you mean Jupiter? Yeah. Jupiter does say issue 1 right there at the top.
Okay.
Yep. And my tagline is becoming synonymous with the indescribable, because there's you can't fit me in a box. I don't think you can fit me in a box. I might try to bust my way out, but I don't subscribe to groupthink. I'm a classical liberal, and I like to talk to everybody. I find value in talking to everybody. I believe in free speech, and I think you're going to find that this is a liberty-loving comic book for casual readers.
And look, Robert Kijik fires in another pertinent question. $10 for a comic book in this economy. How are they so cheap? Tell them why.
Yeah, so it's 40 pages in full color. So here's my deal. I've got a fantastic day job, a very engaging day job. I've got a wonderful house and a family. I am not selling comic books to pay my rent, my taxes, my insurance. Sure, I'll pay the taxes on it, but I'm not doing it to fund my income. I'm doing this for the love of the art and to share it. So I'm going to have a very competitive price point, because my goal is to get my ideas and get the artwork out there in the world. And I would rather make money by a lot of people liking my work than gouging some people, specifically like retailers.
I understand that, and I appreciate it. And you even have a retailer tier, don't you?
I do. We can look at that. So I'm going to mention something. One of the problems with modern comics is the scam of variant covers. Okay, and you walk into the comic book shop and they're trying to get you to buy 2 of the variant cover. Screw that. Here's what I got. I got a variant cover, but it's the same damn book. So if you buy Jupiter, you're getting 2 covers. You're getting a modern art version of the cover. And you're getting a throwback to the 1970s Jack Kirby, because that's nothing better than that.
That is beautiful. And by the way, you use so many different art styles in this book. I want to run your promotion if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, we can play the trailer. Yep.
All right. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that in right now.
Do you have a link for the chat, CC?
Oh yeah, actually, I think I dropped it in both places. I will do it again if you wouldn't mind doing it. If you have it, otherwise, here it is again, folks, in the chat. We got it in the main chat. We have it over on. We have it over on the. I've done it twice now. I'm going to keep doing it. It's also in the description. I was ready to go for Jason tonight, so check that out. Yeah, there's the non-prize. Yeah, I love it. I can't believe what you're doing, but let me get this. Let me get this campaign up. Oh wait,
God, there's freaking nothing in the 9 prize, dude. This isn't false advertising. There's freaking nothing in there, but it's cool as hell. And then on the back, you've got a villain threatening that it doesn't matter if you win something, he's always going to win in the end because that's a comic book villain.
I love it. And there's a lot of specials in here. I'm going to run this trailer, and this music's copyright free, right? I'm not going to get in trouble.
Correct. Yeah, I paid for it on Adobe stock, and I've been running these on YouTube and so forth. You're good to go.
All right. Well, here we go. We're going to check it out right here. Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
I love this. Now, okay, so you can already see how many different art styles have we seen so far. I mean,
I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah,
4 different, and that character with the Adam Strange helmet, that's Captain Kleinbottle, and we can talk more about him later. But he's the guy that appears on the non-prize and on the back cover. So in the world of Jupiter, it's a normal world when it starts out. Hey, thanks, Comet. It's a normal world like ours, and then the people read this. They basically read Jack Kirby comics. This Captain Kleinbottle, he's the number 1 hero, whatever. So when the events of the book, an interdimensional revolution spill into our world, blindside this family that's on vacation trying to cope with a family tragedy, and the young lady who's the hero of the book, she just wants to escape. She loves her parents, but she wants to escape, and so, as a result of this, she's suddenly able to go anywhere. She can escape anywhere. She can open these portals. So she's got to do she's got to walk the fine line between fight or flight. Do I get away from my unhappy life? Do I just go anywhere I could go? I get no more homework, or do I stay and fight? Because as a consequence of what happens, the stakes continue to rise, and she has to basically become a superhero based upon the Jack Kirby characters in order to defend her family, defend her hometown.
That's amazing. All right, I'm gonna hit. Whoa, that didn't work out the way I hoped. Let's try again. It's trying to make it dark, but anyway, we'll keep going. All right, here we go. Okay, now tell everybody about some of the promotional stuff you were talking about, like the fact that you have a tagline that is very unique.
Becoming synonymous with the indescribable. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of my motto. I don't want you to fit into a box. I don't want you to conform. I want you to be your own person, and I don't want you to be able to describe me. Right. So that's kind of my tagline. So when you're going to Jupiter, oftentimes you're looking for maybe a touch of the Silver Age. You're looking for a touch of maybe like Zap Comics or Mobius. You're looking for modern art and fine storytelling. The point is you're not quite sure what you're going to get, but I believe I'm going to give you the best, highest possible quality and keep you entertained. Indeed.
Let me ask you a question real quick from Radioactive. Kleinbottle, is in Smith Kleinbottle in the field of topology?
I don't think so. It's a Klein bottle. It's a glass bottle where there's not an outside or inside.
So
one word.
Infinity bottle. Yeah.
So it's like if it takes a Mobius,
no volume. Yeah,
exactly.
I got it. All right, very cool.
Yep.
I like the reference. All right, well,
and that character, he started out in the 1950s as an astronaut, goes up into space, shit gets real, and he's stuck in these different time loops. So just like the Kwisatz Haderach in Doom, where he's already fought every battle he's going to ever fight, nobody can defeat him, but people keep trying to come up with wackier ways to defeat him. And that's kind of the idea, is that if you engage with him, he's already fought you, or he's already figured out a way to fight you.
Indeed. Well, we're going to real quick. This is a bonkers thing that he's doing in here in the middle. This is fun. You animated all this yourself, didn't you?
I did.
This is a cool loop. We were fascinated with this the other night. I love that. Yeah, all the hatch work there, dude. Man.
Yep.
Looking live now, as it says here, he is a great campaign. He's already exceeded his very not lofty goal.
Can you pause?
Oh, indeed.
Okay, so all the artwork you see is from the comic book. And I grew up watching Johnny Quest, the Herculoids, and Thundar the Barbarian. And I always wanted to do animation. And so making Jupiter as the comic book was fun. But then last summer, I realized I'm going to have to make promo clips. So I finally had the excuse to spend a couple weekends to really dig into Adobe Animate and take the existing artwork from the book, put on layers and move it around, and then get music off of Adobe stock. So I probably had as much fun working on these animation clips for 3 or 4 months than I did making the comic book. And I encourage you all to go take a look and enjoy. But yeah, all of this is artwork from the comic book.
Michael T is one of our other comics guys. We have a bunch of them here in the community. I love Michael. He's a great guy. He says Kirby meets Bernhardt. John Carter meets Kroll's story. Yeah, dude. This thing it stretches across a lot of different things, and we're gonna dive into this last part of the promotion video here just real quick.
So this next clip, pay attention to this next clip. This was one of the funnest ones to do. This is the most Comicsgate clip because it's basically this guy playing this video game and he's scoring points by not buying bad comic books. So as it goes through, look at the little descriptions and the little warnings that the video game's telling him as these crap books start floating down. Okay, have fun.
That's amazing. All right, let's do that real quick. Here we go.
Down on the lower rider.
So fun. Winner. I love it. We watched that the other night. I just want to say I'm very proud of where you're at. I hope you get much farther. Jupiter issue 1 is wonderful. It is sitting at $1,158 so far on 38 backers. There are 26 days left. You have 4 different options in this tier. You want to talk about them real quick before we start to get there?
So the cheapest tier is that Speed Bowl. You get the comic book and that non-prize that I showed you. The next one is the Sky Bowl. You also get a postcard portfolio. If you scroll down, there's a little video of the postcard portfolio. It is it's 2 each of 7 paintings that I did a couple years back based upon the artwork of Jack Kirby. It's kind of at the bottom. It's like a flip, but that's an add-on and for that tier. And then and so I'm giving you 2 each of 7 postcards, one to put in the fridge, one to send to your friend. If your friend gets it, he'll say, "What the hell's going on?" But this looks cool.
God, I'm sorry. It's easy for me. I've already seen all this, but I just want to make sure everybody else does.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Look at this artwork, guys. It's just amazing. Uncategorizable. That's high praise.
Oh, yeah.
40 pages of interiors plus cover. That's amazing. 80 put satin text weight stock. This is not a cheap book, dude.
Nope.
Yeah, and thank you all for 100 likes. I appreciate it. That loop was amazing. I loved that in and of itself. Do you want to see the non-prize here? Is that what I'm doing?
I would say go further down to the postcard portfolio because I kind of showed off the non-prize. Yeah,
right.
this
Okay,
one.
Let's take a look at it real quick. This is so cool, dude. Every time I see it, I'm amazed.
Awesome. Yep.
Oh, and
Davina, yes, printed in the USA. And how did you get a Harkonnen Baron in the chat? What the hell's going on with that?
Dude, yeah, Hemorrhoid Hertz is here, probably. Yeah. Not only that, we also have I highlighted it, Michael T down here. He's a dude you want to talk to. He will love to promote you. So
absolutely, sir.
Yeah, you get in touch with Michael T at High Desert Comics. He's a good guy, like I said.
Will do.
Yeah, and but that's an amazing thing, and you have all of those. You have all those postcards available.
Yep.
There, 14 postcards, one to mail and one to keep. So 7 of each. Yep.
They're all print. They're already printed and so forth, ready to go. And I made a keepsake custom envelope that's it's got my logo and it's got a quote by Aldous Huxley with the Doctor Strange font because he's a wild man. So when I ship it, you'll get it in this little nice little prestige envelope as a portfolio.
That's so amazing. I love that. I love
that
so much.
Do you want to look at the challenge coin real quick?
Yeah, let's take a look.
So that's part of so there's the third tier is the Jovian tier. You get the comic book, the non-prize, the postcard portfolio, and you get this challenge coin. And I'm sure everybody knows what a challenge coin. Thank you, Sherry. I'm sure everybody knows what a challenge coin is. I already produced the challenge coins. They're metal. It's not gold. It looks like gold, but it's solid metal. And this is just for the diehard fans.
Oh, I love it. We'll take a look at this real quick. That's beautiful. Love it.
Okay. So right now the campaign's like at $1,100. We're getting close to $1,250, and $1,250 is a quarter of the way to $5,000.
Right.
I on the show on Thursday night launch day, I showed the guys this $5,000 stretch goal, and so I think if you scroll down, there's a little video that I did today that shows the stretch goal. Now I don't want to push that out in the public too much because I want to hit $1,250 first because we're only on day 4, so I'm pretty confident we get to 5,000 if the word gets out. But please play the little video for the membership card because I showed it to you guys and I finally made a little video.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm glad you put this together. Let's take a look at this. Yep. This is one of the reasons I hope this makes the 5K because this is cool as hell. It reminds me of being a kid, right? When you used to order shit off your comic books and stuff.
if you don't do quality work, you're a schmuck. If you're not having fun, you're doing life wrong. So, all right.
Indeed. All right, let's take a look at it real quick. I love your music, by the way. No, that's cool. It would be easier to show it if I showed it, right? Hang on a minute. I was like, let's show it and then not show anybody. Let's try again. And that's a cool PVC card that you're going to get.
Yep. 24 point PVC laminated. Yeah. I'm going to show, because I love you guys, I'm going to show the chat what's on the back of the card. So hang tight.
Sweet. You betcha. Oh, wait, he's doing it again. Here it is. Wait, he's got him. They're already done. He's showing them off.
All right. So the front of the card. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, Union. The front of the card is basically, I mentioned Captain Kleinbottle was that character. Let me find the sweet spot here. I'm really bad at this.
There you go.
I'm totally amateur.
You nailed it right there.
Okay, right there. Okay. So Captain Kleinbottle is the character who's in a comic in the comic. So this is the fan club. And you'll notice that the years of the membership go backward in time, 2023 to 1953. You'll have to study what a Kleinbottle is to figure out why. In true comic book fashion, the fan club is sponsored by a pie company, not Hostess, but different pie company. Now, this is 24-point PVC laminate. Now, on the back side, now I want everybody who's a free thinker to have this in their wallet someday, but you flip it over, and this is the motto. If you're not part of the problem, you are the solution. It's got my website. So the next time some SJW comes up to you and says, if you're not part of the solution, you're the problem, you can say, hey, listen, I'm just living my life. I haven't hurt anybody. I'm taking care of my business. So if I'm not part of the problem, I am the solution. Be more like me. So this will be like it's not quite a get out of jail free card, but it should shut them down pretty quick and gives you a little bit of moral authority.
Yeah, I just want to say you've inspired more purchases here. You've got David Glenn, who just bought. You've got obviously the Union of Amateur Strategists buying. We're selling some books. We're selling some books.
Sweet.
So Jason, let me ask you this: How often have you yourself been able to deploy this motto and use it in real life encounters?
Not yet. However, you remember that episode of Seinfeld where Costanza gets told off and he spends like all week trying to figure out what the response should be. Yeah. Years ago, I was in college. I had this communist tell me that I was part of the problem, right? And I'm like, oh God damn it, I didn't have a comeback. So now I do have a comeback, and having lived life the hard way, I want you all to have the comeback, because nothing says classical liberalism like, hey, I'm peaceful. I'm doing everything I need to do. If you think the world's on fire, you go fix it. And if you're a blue-haired land whale, mind your own business.
I love it. But you're, like I said, I mean, and this is the real cool thing, and it's the one tier that I focused in on right away. It's the retail tier.
Oh yeah,
because to me, that's really a big deal. The fact that you actually are offering, and I'm gonna bring this back up on screen while I've got your face here. Hang on a minute. Where are you at? Boom. There we go. Oh, so you've got the Speedbolt tier here.
I feel like Vanna White here, man.
Yeah, there you go. Speedbolt tier here that you've got, which is $10. You got 17 of those. You got Skybolt tier. You got 7 of those. That gets you like quite a bit of things, including the postcards. Then you've got the Jovian tier, which is $30. You got 10 of those claimed, and you've got. Yeah, I love the coin. Yeah, that's so great. And then, of course, you've got the retailer tier, which is $40. That saves you 50%. There's 4 of those claimed, and you can do what I would suggest doing. You can go and get. You can go out there and you can get these, and you can distribute them yourself. You can take them to your local comic shop. You can get this out there in front of people, because I think you're not stopping with the first book. You're going beyond that.
That's right. I have been so lucky in my time. I've had like 4 different LCS comic book shops. Every one of them, the owners have been great to me. They've looked out for me. They've made suggestions, and I've seen them kind of suffer by getting this big two unsellable garbage shoveled at them. So I wanted to do a retailer tier, because when a book's print, I'm going to fulfill the campaign first, so I can get this in the hands of retailers if they actually back the campaign. And it's basically half off. I'm heavily subsidizing the shipping. So on this retailer tier, I'm pretty sure I'm going to break even, but it's more important for me to get the work out there, give the retailers a way to get some VIG. And then if the retailers bag it, charge $20, fine by me, make some money, because they've got it rougher than I do out there.
They really, really do. But this is amazing. I really do. I appreciate you being here tonight. We got 371 of you over here on YouTube. We've got a bunch of folks over on Rumble, and we have several folks watching us on Twitter. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I know that Jason does as well. So if it's something you're interested in, if you liked and enjoyed the art that you saw tonight presented by this man on his very first public project, 412 human beings watching us right now on YouTube. Let's promote this book. Let's get it where it needs to go.
And the lowest tier, it's only $10. So, and people are like, "Hey, dude, you're selling a 40-page comic book for $10. You're crazy." I say, if you don't buy it, you're crazy.
No, and this is just, it's such a great mix of different art styles. Your promotional campaign is top notch. It's funny, that you're doing well when you've got the bots in the chat trying to solicit your business for your comic.
Really? Really?
All over Indigogo. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
all over your chat. Yeah.
I feel validated. I feel validated.
Yeah, you were doing good, bro. And look, I mean, look, there's okay. I haven't refreshed this. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. We're gonna run the total bot. Okay, so we've gone up $100+. There's 42 backers now. We're doing good. 52% of that. Really, what should I say? Easily achievable goal. But I appreciate that you are and have been quite successful. I love it, man. Thank you so much, Jason, for bringing this to the world. So anything else you want to say as a promotion for your amazing book, dude?
Basically, thank you for supporting Culture and the team here. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the super chats. I'm usually there in the chat with you. Love the camaraderie. Thank you. Please go take a look. And I think you're going to find something that you didn't even know you were looking for in Jupiter.
Indeed. As a matter of fact, somebody who got an opportunity to see this book already, the man below me that just entered, or the flu that entered, his name is Toxic Man Flu, and I know he's a huge fan, and I know he's already backed this project as well, so I'm glad he's joining us. But thank you for being here, Jason. I appreciate it. You are welcome to hang out for the rest of the show. We are going to dive down into some really amazing subjects. I'm going to promote this one more time in the chat for everybody. If you are interested in this book, it is in the chats right now. Here we go. If you are interested, there's the link. It's Indigogo. It is a one-man show. What he didn't tell you is he did the lettering. He did the art. He wrote the story. He did it all. There's nobody did anything else. He did the animation. He did the coin. He did it all. I don't even know.
Even the typos are mine.
Right.
So you may be able to tell that I'm fighting my head cold. So Culture, I don't want people to have to listen to me any longer. So I'm going to take a rain check. I'd love to crash again Sunday, but I don't want people. I mean, I'm already dogging my throat here.
When you get close to the end of your campaign, you hit me up. All right.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great night,
man. Take care of yourself. Thanks for being here. Wow, he was soldiering on, not feeling well, and that was a great thing. I want to say this real quick because I got a super chat that came in, and we have a poll to get to, but I have a member chat first that says, from the Gilk Man, by the way, Thomas Gilkey, says, hail, much love to all on the panel. Much love to you, my dude. And the Gilk Man also says, wow, look at that, $20 super chat. Says, I might have to back this comic. Looks pretty cool. My one question is, what assurance do I have that this will be backed and sent out to us? I've had comics I've backed that have not gotten my purchase. I'm going to tell you, even though he just left, I'm going to cover this for him. It's done. He's got a little bit of detail here and there, but the book's done. He's just got to get it printed and get it out. Comics Division already has, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tox, but Comics Division already has a version that's nearly complete of this book in his hand. Is that right?
That is correct. He's already seen it. He's already read it. He's already said it's really good. There's a lot of classic comic book in this.
It is.
The art and the style is really, really close to some classic comic book stuff there. There's a lot of great... it's diversity inside of this. There's multiple things and ways that he goes. We got to see... Did you guys see the video?
Yeah, we watched everything.
We watched the video. Oh, yeah.
Even the challenge.
He's got some really good stuff inside of that. But yeah, Comics already read it, really enjoyed it, and encourages everybody to go out and get it. I like you said, I bought mine. I know you bought yours.
Yep.
I think Comics has already bought one to go with the pre-copy that he got. So it's already there.
And it's ready.
The cards, we saw the cards. The cards have already been
Cards
printed.
are beautiful. Yeah, he's
His,
ready.
Stretch goals already been printed.
The coins are done. The challenge coins are done. The PVC membership cards are done. Everything's done for this. So Thomas, I think you're going to be safe on this one. So I got to reiterate. But with that, everybody's here. We didn't get a chance to react to him in real time because he wasn't feeling good. Any thoughts on that book other than that?
I can ask him Tom's question on Saturday because Jason will be on Good Morning Multiverse, so we'll talk to him about that. And I do have a question about who's handling his fulfillment. If he's doing everything on his own,
he is.
That's quite a load. So
this guy is a one-man show, and from what I've seen, he can make it happen. And that's the kind of person I respect. So, like I said, I like the idea of being able to talk about the comic books, the projects that have come in to from the people that are in the independent comics movement, whether it's Comicsgate, whether it's somebody that's just completely independent, because we've been approached by people who are not affiliated with anybody whatsoever. I have to say I appreciate it. I mean, we've seen amazing things put together. I saw the stuff, Cyberfrog. We've seen the stuff coming out of the independent movement, and it is way better than anything we're getting from the mass market. So thank goodness for that. So, and of course, everybody's, pushing back against the SJW thing, but hey, it is what it is. Well, you guys want to talk about some weird stuff?
Okay.
Sure.
Such as?
Maybe you ought to keep that to yourself?
Nah, I'm not talking about, the danglies you've got from different places that are toxic man flu. I'm talking about the fact that a trailer dropped that I don't know if anybody's seen or if anybody cares about. Marvel Secret Invasion trailer just debuted. And one last fight from Nick Fury. Premiere date has dropped. The official trailer is out there. It's a Disney minus show, which means it's going to be of low quality.
Oh, it's Disney Plus. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, June 21st is the day you'll get to see this premiere. Are you excited, gentlemen?
No,
not even a little.
I didn't even know that this was happening.
I'm curious, but I'm not excitedly curious.
Yeah.
Is he going to get the other eye poked out by a cat?
Quite possibly.
He actually, there was a Vanity Fair did a spread. He actually is going through most of this series without the eye patch.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's made a choice in where the character is living right now. Having everything fall apart the way it had with Shield and Hydra and Thanos and everything else. Fury is feeling a little bit less invincible these days, and not wearing the eye patch is kind of a physical manifestation of that he's feeling a little bit more vulnerable.
Right. So, well, what I find fascinating, and this is is that there's no buzz. This thing dropped today. There's no buzz. And for the 400 of you here in the chat, please hit that like button. I would appreciate it. For the many of you that are over on Rumble, please hit the thumbs up button. And as I say, there are 400 live viewers. Thank you. We also have people on Twitter. Hello, Twitter. And many, many more. So I appreciate it. Multi-streaming is fun. Simulcasting is fun. I understand why Jason does it now over on Sci-Fi for Me TV. But I didn't hear anything about this. Didn't know about it till today. And I pay attention to things. So you would think I would know. I'd heard that this was being put together. I heard it was coming out, but the fact that the trailer dropped today, it had no buzz.
Well, and we've been reporting on it as we get casting news. Emilia Clarke is in it. Ben Mendelsohn is back as Talos. Yeah, Emilia Clarke. All right, so this was revealed. This was dropped in the Vanity Fair article, so this is not a spoiler. But Talos's little girl at the end of whichever one that they were in, Emilia Clarke is playing that girl grown up. Gaia, whatever. So she's Talos. She's Ben Mendelsohn's character's daughter. So it's a character we've seen before, but Emilia Clarke is playing her age up because we've had the 5 years of the snap and all of that. So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You usually cover a lot of those types of things. I'll let a lot of it fly by. I don't care anymore. I think I'm where most Marvel, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, anybody that's associated with any Disney IP, I think apathy is set in so hard that I don't have enough energy to care. I don't know. What do you think, Brahma? Is this something you're going to check out? No? Yes, maybe.
A show about the military bureaucracy behind the Avengers? Yippee.
Yeah, come on.
I mean,
this is your
jam.
That's not what this is about.
All I saw in the preview was him basically saying that he's the only thing that stands between the Skrulls and Earth. I mean, there's no superheroes that are in the trailer at all that I saw. I mean, you get Martin Freeman, you get Maria Hill. What I can't remember her name. She plays the character Maria Hill, but you've got them and
Colby Smulders.
Colby, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a whole bunch
plot
of
of The
people
Flash,
that
then?
aren't
Well,
the
the
superheroes doing the
basic
show.
gist of the story, as I understand it, because Nick Fury, this goes back to is the end of Captain Marvel when we saw the little girl. So all the way back then, Nick Fury promised this because they've repositioned the Skrulls in the MCU. They're not bad guys in this one; they're refugees. Which, okay, whatever. But Nick Fury at that point had promised to help them find another planet that they could colonize and make a new home. And all these years later, he hasn't fulfilled that promise. And you've got a faction of Skrulls that are now decided we ain't going to wait no more. We're going to cause problems. And they're the ones that start to infiltrate with doppelgangers in the various different places, like what we got in Secret Invasion in the story in the comics. So that's where that's coming from, because we saw at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, Fury is actually living in a facility in orbit. And he's been working on trying to find the Skrulls a new home. And some people have decided that they don't want to wait anymore. He's taking too long. And that's the inciting part of that's where the story starts.
Sure. It sounds like people have heard about this. That's not me, and that's great. I mean, to get to the chat real quick, and then I'll see what Tox and Grant think. But Read by Nature's twist prediction: Fury's going to be a Skrull all along. He's going to get replaced by Dan Crenshaw. That'd be funny.
Not Crenshaw. Yeah. Hasselhoff.
There you go.
The original Nick Fury.
There you go. You've got Jin Wong saying cricket chirp. Yeah, a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people saw this coming. I don't give a flip about Marvel, says Parrot Head. Not trying to sneak a link, but this is big news for indie comic behavior. What did you need to sneak, Michael? Hang on, bud. What'd you need?
Michael was inviting Jason to his stream, I believe.
Oh, hell yeah. Of course, man. I'll make sure. I tell you what, bro, I will put you in contact. No worries. Yeah. So, yeah, like a lot of people don't care about this thing. Disney, I thought it was going to be in theaters. No, Disney Minus is where it's going to be, Radioactive. You are correct. I'm excited as getting teeth pulled, says the lovely Sherry. That's around my birthday. I'll pass. Yeah, that's not the kind of birthday present you would hope for. Tina Guzman doesn't have Disney Plus. That's probably a better position to be in. Eye Patch McCain's going to be joining him. I don't know. Hard to say. Rogue Thinker's like, give me a minute. I'll go watch it. Ooh, okay. A man his age shouldn't be fazed by anything anymore, says Carl Anderson. I agree. Amelia Clark, come with me if you want to live. There you go. I don't do a good, Tom does a better Schwarzenegger than I do. Squirrel Lords Gaming. What's up, squirrels? Good to see you.
Squirrels in my pants.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Secret Hobo Wars, says Jeremy M. I love that. I'm going to use that one. Thank you. You don't have to live like a refugee. Sorry about that. Fat Steven is here. He says the MCU is dead, and I agree 100%. But I ask you, Toxic Man Flu, is this your jam? Is this your show? Does this get you back into the MCU and Disney Minus?
I'm sorry, what? I had no idea. What?
Does this show?
Who gives a rat's ass?
Oh, okay.
All seriousness, who cares?
All right, very good.
They had their chance to deal with this stuff and to bring out something good, and all they did was shove political bullshit down everybody's throats. And guess what? Nobody cares.
Yeah. That reminds me. I want to say at one point, wasn't this supposed to be a feature, and it got shuffled into series for Disney Plus because we got to sell Disney Plus?
Doesn't this feel like Mandalorian all over again, or Obi-Wan all over again, or things that were supposed to be films that weren't anymore?
The Mandalorian's kind of a special case because the Mandalorian was made specifically to be a series because this is how we're going to sell Disney Plus. The Boba Fett movie,
right? We know that
Josh Trank was supposed to happen. I think that got partially repurposed into different things.
Twice.
Yeah. So, plus the Boba Fett video game that we never got, 1313.
Right.
Pieces of that showed up in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
When Ahsoka met the Martez sisters, that district, that shady district on the other side of the tracks, Section 1313, pieces of that came from the video game.
Right.
But I don't know that any of the Marvel stuff was made specifically to sell the Disney Plus. It was just, now we need content, we got to feed the machine.
Maybe. I just know that some of this stuff was going to be features and then became shows.
Yeah.
But we know this. Grumpy Ninja Gamer, Grumpy Old Ninja Kentaro is here. Sorry. So great to see you, my friend. Been a minute. We've got other folks here, but I want to get to this starred comment real quick. This was the poll about who's the best looking on the panel. Overwhelmingly Brahmable one. I don't know how. It's guys. Look at this guy. I mean, is it the elegant smoking? Is it
the jacket?
Smoking jacket.
The jacket.
Wasn't
winning polls before the jacket showed up. So
yeah, look at all the chats behind him. He's turning into me. He's got
that's your Rumble and your YouTube chat.
You are a good man, Charlie Brown. Look at that. And for those of you on Rumble, thanks for being there. I do appreciate it. I saw Lord Shax joined us over there.
I got him over here.
Jason's trying to show off too. Hang on. There you go. Jason, holy crap, Jason.
I got him right there. I got both chats right there.
Dude. Seriously.
Hey, floating dinosaur.
Okay. This guy's crazy. 400 likes, or excuse me, 400 views. Thank you very much, everybody. And for those of you who've hit the like button, there's many of you. If you haven't yet, please do so. It does help with the logarithm. 440 of you here right now. Appreciate the support. But getting back to Grumpy's comment real quick, everything Disney does with anything, especially Marvel and Star Wars, is horribly wrong. And he says hi to Ken Jack Ben. Hi, Ken Jack Ben. But he's not. He's right on top of it all. So I appreciate that. And it's the whiskey bottles apparently that make Brahma attractive. There you go.
That's helped since the beginning. Yeah.
Soul Assassin, the Chatimal says Brahma Hefner. I agree. 32 flavors of Nick Weiser. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, bro. Broheim. We've got lovely Sherry saying hi to everybody, like deleted scenes. What's up, Steven? And the best mustache, and look at that goatee, perhaps on YouTube, Yul Brynner. I mean, Channel Surf.
Channel Surf.
he's calling Brahma Yul Brynner.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Logarithm. Get a rhythm when you got the blues. All right. So nobody here is excited about this. Is that what you're telling me? Nobody's here is excited about this show.
I have no reason to watch it.
Okay, me either.
No, and if you watched a trailer, there's nothing in that says get excited for it either. It really does look very bland.
Yeah.
All right, well then we'll move on because we're just full of energy on that subject. So bye. All right.
Well, let me point out one last thing.
All right.
Because we're all expecting this thing to be, dead on arrival. This is probably one of the last things that Victoria Alonso was responsible for. So, stuff's still in the pipeline. Maybe at some point Marvel turns around, but I don't think that happens until after all of her stuff gets clear. And we're, Ike Perlmutter's gone, Victoria Alonso's gone, Kathleen Kennedy is on the bubble. I think Kevin Feige's next. I think he's at risk if the next two. I'll give it the next two projects, the next two movies. If they do as poorly as Ant-Man, I think Feige's done too.
Well, here's the weird thing because I've started seeing reporting around this that Feige's on more of a hot seat. I thought his seat was already kind of little warm, like approaching like maybe a boil, but it's simmer. He's simmering, right? The seat's simmering, but it's not at full boil yet. But I'm starting to see reporting that would indicate very similar to your thoughts there, Jason. So that's not
well.
funny.
We had a report that he and Bob Chapek had a confrontation at one point. Well, all of the creative heads had gotten together in a meeting when Feige pitched Riri Williams Ironheart, and this is according to the rumor. When Feige said, because Tony Stark's dead, what are you going to do? And Chapek's like, well, what's next? And Feige said, well, I get this thing called Ironheart. And Chapek apparently got kind of caught him flat-footed and said, "Why her books don't sell?" And I think Feige's probably been simmering, since. But of course, with Chapek gone, and now Victoria Alonso's gone, maybe Feige's feeling a little bit more comfortable. But I think Iger is having to look at the numbers, even though he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And he's implementing the plan that Chapek already had in place, but they're just making Chapek the fall guy.
Which is very strange, but Tim's right. He's next. I think that's true. Yeah, and I think regarding Alonso's influence, just look at Olivia Colman's casting. I've not heard good things. Well, we'll see what happens with that too.
And even with Victoria Alonso gone, once we get through all of her stuff, like you were saying, Jason, what saves it at that point? We're still stuck with the characters that nobody gives a crap about at this point, unless they reboot it from scratch and get actual superheroes back instead of the B tier.
One thing
they're saving that. They're saving that for when they've completely burnt it to the ground. It's not quite burnt to the ground yet, so they're going to keep that reboot in their back pocket. They'll probably do a soft reboot somewhere to test it out first.
One thing that could save them, is Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that. The other thing would be a true X-Men film, but they don't.
No, they are doing Fantastic Four. There's already been a draft script, and they've got Josh Friedman coming in to do a rewrite.
I know that, but we're 4 years away from that film. 3 years away at minimum.
Yeah.
And Rebel Dragon's right. I mean, if there's anything anybody cares about, it ain't flipping Disney right now. It's this little movie that's coming out in digital and 3D on IMAX and on other premium format screens starting on Wednesday morning at 12 a.m. It's called Super Mario Brothers, and it's going to dominate most of the summer, or a good chunk of it. It's going to run from the Easter weekend period all the way through for many weeks, unchallenged by anything of significance, and will easily earn $1 billion. What say you, gentlemen?
Easily. It's going to dominate for a couple reasons. A, it looks like it's going to be good. It's family friendly. We haven't heard about anything really woke coming out of it. And it's not a long movie. It's an hour and a half?
Yeah, something like that.
We're not going to have to sit through 2.5 hours, 3 hours of it. So, I expect the story to be kind of tight. So
that's a big factor, the 90 minutes. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think, I thought for some odd reason, I thought it was 2 hours and 10 minutes when I heard. But at 90 minutes, they're going to get some big turnarounds on those, especially the premium tickets.
And that
you'll be able to get a full extra
ton of money.
Yeah, full extra screening or two in a day per screen.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty good. I'd rather not have to hear Seth Rogen ever, but outside of that, I don't care whether Chris Pratt's doing the voice, whatever. It's a cartoon. So I'm looking forward to it. I think the weird thing is I don't think either of my kids is. And they 14 and 19. I would have thought that they would have been interested, but they've shown no interest in it. So that's the only thing I see that's kind of weird. None of their friends are talking about it either. So I'm wondering if it's slipping under the kids' radar right up until it actually comes out.
That's not really their age group, right?
Well,
right.
But
They're the ones playing
film,
Mario right now.
Are they?
But the reason this film's going to be successful, Brahma, is because of the generation that you're thinking. It's my generation, your generation, the older generations. They're going to pick up the grandparents are going to pick their kids up, the grandkids up. They're going to take them to this film. This is a 4-quadrant film.
Yeah.
This Mario film going to play like gangbusters. It's going to have an incredible box office right off the heels of a financial flop for the most part, the Dungeons and Dragons film, which I'm not really wanting to talk about. I will say that on its second weekend, John Wick broke even at the box office. So everything that it makes now is gravy. And unfortunately, a lot of the box office will be stripped away by Mario Brothers. Yeah. So with that, we've got a super chat I want to get to, and we'll bring in a guest that just popped in the back. There he is, Mr. Nick Weiser, 32 flavors here in all of his wonder and glory. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I happen to be around tonight, and I came here at a good essential point in the chat. And hell, this chat is mighty.
Yeah, we're
huge. Look at all these 400 faces in here. But dude, Super Mario Bros. My two girls are primed for this movie. Believe, as the drinker says, believe that. Like they are anticipating this like the second coming.
And so am I. And so am I. And for the 500 viewers that are here right now, thanks for being here over on YouTube. And for those of you on Rumble, thanks for being there. And for those of you on Twitter, thank you for that. If you want, please hit that like button or the Rumble button or the whatever you do on Twitter. I don't know. Hit those things. Make the show go. Thanks for being here. 512 of you. Please give this show some love. And with that, yes, I agree with you. Nick, your little girls are going to enjoy that film. Speaking of which, we got a super chat from our good friend, Mr. Big Wig Majig AG Lig Vietnam Ham Jam Fig, for try $22. 22 try dollars. I don't know what that is, but thank you for your contribution. CC and Wonderful Weave of Wackiness in theaters now. I wish that were true. I would love to have a movie in theaters. We also are joined by the great and talented gamer himself, Fat Steven Seagal. How are you, Fat Steven?
I just want to jump into Mario.
You know, you are low.
You sound like you're on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or like minimal.
It's your beard, bro. It's muting me. It's your beard.
Look at
yeah. Rub it against me. Make me feel like an actual Alonzo.
I think that's kind of
do some ASMR.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Our wonderful friend Tender Warrior 68 just dropped 20 Culture Casino memberships in the chat. Look at the names going green right now. And for those of you who are new members, for those of you who are longtime members, we have an upcoming member stream this holiday weekend. Easter weekend, I will be doing a member stream on Saturday, a rare occurrence. And I will be doing that for each and every one of the members. We may even turn it into a high roller stream, and we'll hang out with those folks as well. So I really appreciate that. My goodness, Tender Warrior 68, I do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Well, how generous indeed.
Can I jump in on the Mario? Is that okay? Quickly.
Go ahead, please. I want you to.
Do I sound loud now?
No, you could increase your volume slightly.
All right, is this better?
Yes, there you go. Yeah. And
you sound seductive.
Yeah.
Wait, Jolly.
Jolly's here. Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. I want a recount on the best looking one on the panel.
Yeah, we already did that one. There's another
it's still Brahmable.
Yeah, it's always still Brahmable. And not only that, we have another poll in the field now, Jolly. So hang on a second. Steven's going to tell us what he thinks about Mario, and then I want your thoughts, because you would know. You live in that world. So let's get to Fat Steven. Go ahead, bro.
So I live in the world of Chris Pratt. No, the movie's going to kill it. It's going to kill it. It's not attached to a Disney tag, which everyone is sick of seeing Disney preaching. It's not attached to a Marvel or DC, where we're seeing failures with Shazam and everything else. It's going to be successful for one reason. It's going to hit our age bracket. It's going to hit the bracket of retro gamers who have families that have raised their kids in retro games. It is going to open the community to Smash Brother communities. You're forgetting, this is attached to Mario Kart. This is attached to Smash Brothers. This is attached to everything. It is going to knock the socks off a lot of properties. And at the end of the day, the NCU exists, and we're going to probably get Metroid. We're probably going to get Zelda. And then later on, we're going to probably see like all of them together. And either a Smash Brothers or like some other weird event like we see with Wreck-It Ralph. Disney has a playing card, but they're too dumb to realize it because it's not 2019. And they can fall back on their Kingdom Hearts, which all I have to do is contact Square Enix and see if Final Fantasy can be lent to the Disney property.
Well, and let me tell you, Square Enix is desperate right now. As you know, the gaming studios have been having financial difficulty. So it wouldn't surprise me if Disney tries to pull that maneuver. But we'll see.
That's the sad part. At the same time, though, Culture, nobody wants Disney to make Final Fantasy woke. The last thing they want to see is Cloud announcing his pronouns before fighting Sephiroth in the bathroom. Gender-neutral bathroom, while you are talking about Starbucks.
You are 100% right about that, Fat Steven. And I know you're a huge fan. I know you and I are going to go see this film as soon as we possibly can, in our whatever manner we do. I will be doing a review on Mario Brothers on Wednesday afternoon. So if you were looking for that, I will have it for you. By the way, Jolly, I know you're a huge fan. You are a Nintendo person. You've raised a Nintendo person. Tell us about your feelings about Mario Brothers coming out, because I know it's beloved.
Yes, well, the Snow Kid likes Mario. He's all into that kind of stuff, and there's a lot of Mario Kart fans out there, and it's transcribed through a couple generations now, at least I would say. Being around since the '80s, so I think there's a lot of parents that are interested in it too. But here's the most important part of this, folks. Is it good? Yes, the trailer's all right. It's not bad, but is it going to be blow our socks off good where you go home and you tell your friends and like, oh, you got to go see this? That's going to be the difference between if this is a blockbuster $1 billion movie or not.
Well, let me
suggest reviews saying so far. Like, there's been a lot of positive reviews about it, saying that they have no complaints. They aren't coming out and saying, "Oh, the story doesn't make sense." The narrative. There's been nothing of like criticism to the point where it's actually hurting the film. What we've seen already.
Yep. Let me suggest this. Chris Pratt came out, and this is part of tomorrow's 6-Minute Daily, so early story today. Chris Pratt came out and said, this in no way will conflict with your childhood memories. They are going to be left completely intact. There is no other way to say that there is nothing in this film that's going to pull you out of it than that particular statement.
Well, it's also true. It's true because Nintendo even stopped Hollywood from even trying to change Princess Peach, right? They were trying to go down that road and try to attack Peach and like you stay away from it.
Yeah,
I think Pro Predator.
Yeah, and this is interesting because Davinia brings in something else. Davinia Duckworth says, "Didn't Sonic do well?" Yes, and in the same vein, I think this is going to be even bigger because as big a property as Sonic is, and I think Fat Steven, you'd agree, Mario's much bigger. Nintendo is a bigger brand.
No, actually, I think Sonic and Mario came out around the same times, right? That was Sonic was Sega's Mario. No, I'm not saying they're both the same popularity. Snow, I'm saying they both came out around the same time.
No, they didn't come out at the same time. Super Mario came out originally. Mario Brothers came out originally in the arcade. Super Mario came out on 8-bit Nintendo. Sonic the Hedgehog didn't come out to the 16-bit.
All right, my bad. I will bow my head to you.
Okay,
they have the same popularity, but Sonic also cost the studio. Yeah. Let's also not forget that.
Yeah, look at all these amazing humans that popped in here. We got Rogue's backstory here. Kids will want to see it again and again. 100%, my friend. Steven Saucedo's here. Square Enix got lucky with FF14. Yeah, they're not in great financial shape. What's up, Zach? Good to see you. Mr. Gregory sent a $1 Rumble rant saying to become a member and get a supporter badge, tick the box below and super chat $5 a month. That's right. And all of the revenue on Rumble goes right to the creator till the end of 2023. As far as those memberships go,
from Rumble,
you get a special badge next to your name.
There is one thought.
Put Rogue's backstory avatar back up there.
There's one thought though.
There you go. There's
Rogue's whoever owns Earthworm Jim, if they're able to deliver an Earthworm Jim movie the style of Deadpool humor, they have something there.
Yeah.
Well,
my girlfriend just got an Earthworm Jim tattoo 2 weeks ago.
He's been working on something. I don't know if he's got anything. I want to say that he's been talking about the possibility of an animated thing somewhere.
There already was an animated series back in the 90s, late 90s. Yeah. So they would have to be a refurbished thing. But if you want to bring back Earthworm Jim and that game series, that'd be the best way to do it without hampering what's already there as source material.
Well, because he crowdfunded a bunch of new stuff here not too long ago. So it's still around.
You can actually find Doug Tenaple. He's got a new channel called Doug in Exile, and it's blowing up. Actually, it's doing really well.
That's awesome.
That's the creator of Earthworm Jim.
And Soul says I think Crash Bandicoot would fall under the Sony property. I think they still own Crash Bandicoot. I could be wrong on that because it's not on any other console but Sony.
Well, the other thing too, you talk about Smash Brothers, you talk about
Mario Kart.
Whatever it is that Disney is doing with all of the smash ups of the different characters and whatnot. Last Monday or Tuesday, I think, word came down that Warner Brothers Games is going to be shutting down the open beta of Multiverses on June 25th.
Yeah, it's failing. It's not going to hold.
Yeah, and they're not bringing it back until 2024 if they do, and everything that you've got in those games is going to be unavailable online. You're not going to be able to get to it after it shuts down.
Thank you, live service.
Yep.
So that's going to hurt if Warner Brothers wants to do anything because if the Nintendo shared universe becomes a thing, and Hollywood learns the lesson that it always learns, which is, hey, let's imitate what made money. Warner Brothers is going to be in a bad position because they've shut multiverses down and they don't have anything to build on.
And Amazon's sneaking in too. If you've actually seen their new cloud gaming service, that's actually sneaking in, doing pretty popular. They've actually contacted me a couple times now, and they got something there on par with GeForce Now.
That's fantastic. Steven, you're going to blow up, dude. You're doing great. Love what you're doing.
Thank you for the fat joke. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, man, I love what you're doing and everything that's going on over with all the other channels that you pretty much help with.
Don't embarrass them. Don't embarrass them.
All right, I won't say anything. I will say this. Davinia Duckworth's 100% right. You'd think that the secret of Monkey Island would be a no-brainer. Duh. Well, there's a lot of no-brainers out there. As good game adaptations go, I think we're starting to see them because you can see how they can be done right. The problem is there's been so many that have been done so poorly for so long that it does take something good. Sony totally swung and missed with
Spirits Within.
Well, that one, but also the adventure game with what would have been Nathan Fillion. Uncharted. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I just that was a real. Thank you. Yeah, well, it's more like Dumbheimers for me. But Matt G, what's up, brother? We got all these people promoting the heck out of this. We got it. Love it. Thanks for being.
I think the problem with Uncharted was Tom Holland. Tom Holland was the flavor of the month. You know, you had that block of movies where everything had Chris Pratt in it, and then everything had Benedict Cumberbatch in it, and then everything had Tom Holland in it. It was like, pick somebody that we haven't seen in 6,000 movies, please.
Well, okay, so here's wait, real quick, because that gives me a jumping off point. And Steven, I promise I'll let you go.
I'm sorry.
I want to talk about Jonathan Majors as the everything man. But go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
I think there's the base point here. We can look with the Mario success. It's gonna be like the John Wick of video game films if it pulls it off. We will get a Samus film in the future, and then we get to get a strong female warrior that they don't need to touch or ruin. Just make sure her booty shakes while killing aliens. That's all I want.
All right. Let me grab this super chat real quick from our good friend Pope Metallicus, who says, there's way too much testosterone on this panel. Jism Crisp. There you go. I actually would love to have the ladies here, but they don't like to stay up late. Hopefully we get Magitech. Hopefully we get Magitech Mags on again.
I don't know about that.
Six and maybe a few others.
Culture doesn't let his ladies stay up beyond a certain time.
Oh, by the way,
they're here last week.
Mine turns into a pumpkin at 9:00.
Well, there you go. The really weird James Bond sounding guy down here is that 70s rock fan. He snuck in under the radar.
So did I hear someone say that Square Enix were making a Secret of Sheep Island game?
No.
Oh. No, how to bang your sheep in 90 days.
The Samus movie would be an awakening moment for many boys. Just saying. You're 100% right.
Look at the graphic novels. Just take a look down there, man.
Consider this. We are on the cusp of, as Steven was saying very much earlier, and I want to know everybody's interest level on this, but an actual Nintendo verse of films.
Oh, it's there.
Yes. Sign my ass up.
I'm
guessing
Fox
the movie?
I'm guessing as soon as Super Mario hits, and I'm sure it'll slam dunk this thing, they're probably going to go right to Zelda. I would think that would be their next big ticket.
Snow, you're probably right, but you got to look at it this way. Mario Brothers drops, and then we're getting Nintendo Land and Universal dropping too. So you don't think the two are going to be interlinked, where it's going to be like Harry Potter heads with the Wizarding World and Universal? Nope. You're going to watch like Vancouver Heroin Addicts, but these are kids who love both properties, run around going, slap on their arm, I need more. I need more.
Dude,
that's all you're going to say.
Wario, come on. Big opportunity there.
So
the Mirrorverse, yeah.
So here's how much Universal Comcast has been planning. You're going to get this movie, right? You just had the weak version of their theme park add-on in Universal California come to fruition, right? The Mario Land. You're going to get a slightly better version of that in Florida with Epic Universe. And they have created, Fat Steven is gone.
Lost Fat.
Yeah, they have created way more open spaces for a Nintendo. This has been perfect for him to talk about. Anyway,
he went to get some snacks.
Okay. Way more open spaces for the expansion of all of this. I cannot wait. From what I'm to understand, and Tom can confirm this, we're already well down the path for the Zelda film with Link in Zelda.
I agree.
Like that world. You're already well down the path on that. You have so many other things coming in the future along this line, including the Metroid thing that he was hinting at, that I'm telling you right now, Universal Comcast is going to own everything, and their animation has already overtaken Disney for 4 straight years. 4 straight years, and I'm glad Steven's back. There we go.
WDW Pro and the gang were saying that Universal now is contemplating a theme park in Europe to compete with Disney Paris.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yep.
Universal Studios Europe. Yep.
Yeah, plus the one that they're putting in Frisco, Texas, of all places.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? They are taking a page out of Disney's playbook that they should have done already. They put a theme park in the middle of the country with very different offerings, catering initially like Magic Kingdom did to the younger crowd, and that will build up like crazy. And then you have the permanent installation of their version of Hollywood Horror Nights in Vegas.
Yeah.
That is going to blow people's minds.
But Culture, you're forgetting one important thing. No Universal Park is built anywhere near an internment camp, so they already got bonus points.
Yeah, they haven't shot films there recently, so they're probably
thank them in their films either.
Yeah, in fact, at the end of whatever they produce now, they could just say no Weigers were hurt at the end of any of our films, during the course of any of our
But can they say that though? Can they really say that?
Probably.
Yes, there was no sheep hurt in this film.
With a hand on the heart, can they say that?
You know what I
love?
you know what I love most about that is the fact that Universal Studios has the princess, right? Your princess from Mario and stuff, and Disneyland is taking away the name princess. They don't call their kids princess anymore. They're trying to keep it gender neutral.
They call them consumer.
Yeah, and so now they're getting back to the basics with Mario, and I think this is going to really punch the mouse right in the nose. At least that's what I'm hoping.
I think it will. Outside of Mickey Mouse, Mario is probably the other most recognizable character in
Spider-Man.
History, and maybe Spider-Man or Superman. I truly believe Mario may be even more recognizable, even though Spider-Man is my favorite fictional character of all time. I do believe Mario may be bigger than him. I think this is going to resonate with truly like anyone that is sane, whether you're guy, girl, black, white, whatever. This movie's going to resonate with people. People are going to have fun with this one. It looks like it's going to, if I had to guess, it's going to be a very straightforward story with a little adventure, a little humor, a little emotion, and there'll be just enough stuff for the kids to latch on to and just enough for the adults. It's not anything that's going to be like this big, epic, like full crazy story. I think it's going to be very straightforward.
There's a great point to add with this, too, if y'all can remember. Remember the first time the Pokemon movie came out? Or remember the first time the movie came out where you saw one of your video game heroes or any type of hero on film for the first time? Remember that feeling in your chest when Force Awakens came out, then it butt fucked you. But before that, it made you feel good. That gave you that feeling. This movie's gonna have that same feeling, and it's gonna be passed on, not between just families, but also siblings, friends who are couch play, everything. Especially during lockdown, it's been a lot of Mario was played, a lot of like Mario Party, Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Those connections are gonna come back. This movie's gonna have a lot of effect. Sorry about the boot fuck part.
It's fine. Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division says, for the first time since the lockdowns, I think the movie industry will have a year where they won't end in the red. I think you're right, but I think there's a company that's going to still, despite having a film that went to $2 billion, is going to have a real hard time getting there. And that's specifically the Disney company, because everything they have coming out is red ink.
And I just remembered their shareholders thing is tomorrow.
It is. I will be someplace talking about that, covering that.
Valiance.
I would love to hang out with Valiant to talk about it, because it is going to be bonkers. I think there is going to be a lot of very, very difficult questions at the annual shareholders meeting, because this is the only time every year that people like you and me have an opportunity to ask a question. Even though it is rather filtered, most people will go off script and ask the real question they want to ask. And
where's my money?
There are a lot of questions to ask this new returned CEO after he put in place all of the trash we suffered through the Chapek era, even though he's getting the blame for it. But
I think most of the questions are going to be, where is Reedy Craig and what did he do?
Can the shareholders write in Nelson Peltz for the board?
I'm not sure.
How exactly does that work? Because I'm wondering, since Peltz actually officially withdrew, I'm wondering if he can still get put in there because he's made enough noise and people are aware enough of the problem that they can sit there and go, you know what? it still would be a good idea to have him on the board. We're going to put him there anyway.
Right. Yeah. I don't
know how all that works. So
I don't think that's going to be the swing this time, but it might be in the near future. I think that if he really feels like the questions aren't answered, he will push forward on his campaign to start replacing board members. I think this will be the last shot that Iger has to explain away all the bad.
Well, and Peltz did put him on notice. It basically said, okay, this is the right move, but we're going to keep an eye on it. So,
exactly. Well, I mean, you just fired the Perlmutter guy. You fired the guy that brought Marvel to Disney in the first place. You got rid of him, laid him off, whatever words you want to use. Yeah. That dude's pissed, and he has $1 billion worth of stock. And he's rich, and he hates being played. This is a guy, old school businessman. He's gangster. He's very angry. He's a very angry person right now, and I can just imagine him seething at home, like very, very ready to just gut somebody.
I wonder if they've had conversations already. Perlmutter and Peltz.
I think it happened the minute he got the news. I think he picked up the phone and called Nelson and said, "Dude, I got all this stuff. You want all this stuff? Let's use this stuff."
Someone needs to inform these people that work at Disney to stop going to Elton John concerts.
Oh, because they get fired.
Yeah, they get fucking fired.
Occupational hazard.
I just want one source on the inside. I want my own Sparrow. I want my own Bluebird. I want one very well placed person on the inside to tell me this stuff. I'm always reporting it second or third hand.
I'll try to find somebody for you, Jason. But I know this Magitech Mags is out there. Hi, dear. Somebody put her in our group permanently and put this guy in the group and put that guy in the group, so I don't have to do it anymore.
I'm sorry, I don't believe in peer pressure.
Fine, just put him in the group.
No.
But look, I think that a well-placed person going out there and talking about what's happening on the inside, I think you're getting that. I think that's what Perlmutter is going to do, because you know what? No matter how much money they offer him to shut up with an NDA, he ain't keeping his mouth shut. Dude has lots of info.
No,
he's going to start swinging.
We're all going to be sitting back like that Michael Jackson gif, eating popcorn at the theater like Thriller, and just waiting for it to fall. Just waiting for it to fall.
Yep.
It's at the point we're watching Disney fall in real time.
Yeah.
It's glorious entertainment.
And I'm sad at the same time, because this comes from a company that used to give us family entertainment, Aladdin, Lion King, Little Mermaid, The Aristocrats, all that stuff. And it's gone from something that you would bring out of the vault every so often to get off my lawn unless you know my pronouns. And that's the weirdest thing to see Disney evolve into. Went from family magic to the magic of accosting people.
Oh, we still pull out our classic hits like Alice in Wonderland, the original cartoon. I'll watch that one as well. And
they're still watchable.
Yeah.
They got great messages, great stories of friendship and family, and very positive stuff. And you see hardships happen at times, and you see characters overcome things. Even such a simple story like The Fox and the Hound has a lot of that stuff in there, and that's a fantastic movie.
There is no classic Disney animation based on fairy tales that isn't a wonderful piece of not only animation, not only filmmaking, but of storytelling. And it's a morality tale. Almost every single one of the things that Disney used to present to you as family entertainment.
Well, you had family working on the films back then, Culture. You had dads in there that knew the family life and knew about children and what they wanted. And now you got purple-haired, retro, never going to have a kid, weirdo, gender neutral guy.
Yeah, well, you also do have some good family people in these companies that are still maintain some traditional values. But Rogue Thinker mentioned this, and I think this is speaking more to the point of everything right now. Movies have priced themselves out of big family shows. For the most part, I agree. You can afford to take your kids to the films. It's a sacrifice, but what films are you willing to take them to make that you would be willing to make that sacrifice? I think Mario Brothers is one of those films.
This Mario Brothers this Wednesday, 5:35 p.m. Me, my girlfriend, and my 2 kids. Boom.
I have a question. What theater do you need to sacrifice a kid to watch a movie?
I can't.
Baphomet
Is that
Flicks.
AMC? Is that AMC?
We're multi-streaming right now, and there's one platform I can't answer that question on. So we'll do that.
Type it in the
time.
chat, and I'll say it.
They got really expensive, didn't they? Jeez.
Here's your knife. Here's your popcorn. Make sure not to get any on the carpet.
It used to be an arm and a leg. Now it's an entire.
Does the M stand for Moloch?
Now it's your firstborn. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, I typed it in the theater, really?
Yeah. Wow. Robert Kijek says, Iger must be a flaming hemorrhoid at everybody in upper management. Yes. Dude needs preparation H right now. Yeah, Disney's been quiet since he yelled at Kennedy. I think people saw the writing on the wall when Alonso went, see ya. And look, I mean, they can say why they got rid of her was because she promoted the Argentina 1985 film, but does anybody really buy that?
No.
Yeah.
How is it that one company has killed so many franchises in the last 5 years? That's Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney themselves have all self-sacrificed entertainment for socio-political nonsense. Yeah, there it is. One company, too much power without responsibility. What did Peter Parker teach us? Disney didn't learn that. Thank God Sony has them.
Sony never will.
And the other part of that is, Pixar being in trouble and John Lasseter is setting up over at Skydance.
Yes.
They're gonna kill whatever is left of Pixar.
Jason, I tell you what, I mean, you and Fat Steven and a couple other people really understand what's happening with Skydance and why John Lasseter is the linchpin to.
Luck was great.
Yeah. Tell everybody why he's the linchpin to change there.
Because he's not giving hugs.
Try again.
Well, I think Lasseter being one of the guys that actually built Pixar, and you look at their 22 things of storytelling, and if Lasseter still holds to that, that's why Pixar became the hot ticket that it was, is because they had those core values of storytelling that they had for every film that they did. And Lasseter has taken that with him. And he still is telling those kind of stories. And given how he was ousted from Pixar, that doesn't diminish his talent. However much any of those allegations were true or not, it's a learning moment, it's a growth moment. I've learned my lesson, I'm going to be better. But he's still that creative guy that built Pixar.
But Jason, we can look at the way creative minds have all been trying to get canceled lately. It's like, especially with what is his name, Josh Rowland, like and stuff like that. We're still seeing it across the board.
Justin Roiland.
Justin Roiland, thank you. It's too many J names in the world today, but we're seeing it. It's like you have creativity, and other people don't have it, but they want the power. What do? Accusations. Yeah. We're seeing more and more of this. Whether or not Lasseter is doing that or not, I can go back. I've been playing this recently. Is Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 feels like I'm actually jumping from one of their classic films to a Toy Story film. And I'm like, why isn't Disney still doing this? And then you start realizing that they've taken out all the key figures and they've just replaced it with one thing.
Right.
The self-insertion of their immortality in a film rather than the entertainment of everyone around, so it has longevity.
I would be interested in seeing whether there's a correlation of dates between Disney starting this slide and actual Disney family members, Roy, Walt being gone. Because wasn't Roy the last one that was actually involved, and when he died, it just that was it.
Yeah, Roy Senior's son, Roy O. was the last one that led the charge he did it twice, right, to take Disney back from a very bad board. There's what's her name, the Abigail. She doesn't have the temerity to do that. She doesn't have the gravitas to do that, and she doesn't have the politics to do that.
When did Disney stop the Sunday night Disney's? Like Sunday nights did Disney would come on? Yeah, remember they did
Wonderful World of Disney.
Yeah, I think that's where the slide started.
Well, okay, consider
that was where families got together and actually watched Disney at night. There'd be cartoon compilations, Mr. Boogedy, all that stuff, Bread Knobs and Broomsticks, all that stuff was there available, and it brought families together. It was a classic moment. It was a tradition.
the abandonment of the family dinner table on any given night probably didn't help with that, because if you remember, that was the era where you pulled the TV cart into the kitchen or into your dining area and you watched that with your family as you were eating your Sunday meal. A lot of that was largely abandoned. And I want to say, to those of you on Rumble, thanks for being there. For the 650 of you that are on YouTube, thanks for being here. Share the stream out if you haven't already. I do appreciate it. This is one of the bigger streams that we've had, and you guys are killing it. Bruce Lombardo sent a super chat for $5 in line with what we're talking about, saying, I'm happy as a lark to hear people say that it smells like Disney will have a hard time keeping shareholders happy. They pissed me off since 2018. For me, it was 2013, so I feel your pain, bro, and thank you for the $5. You guys agree? It's kind of a little bit of Schadenfreude here.
I only speak English.
I mean, they've been pissing us off constantly for years now.
Yeah.
And it's everything. I mean, it is the Marvel stuff, it is the Lucasfilm stuff, and it is most definitely also the Disney stuff.
Well, and I think some of it too is, with Iger and his strategy, CEO 1.0 Iger, going in there and saying, we're gonna spend money like drunk Democrats and we're gonna buy all these properties, instead of developing their own, instead of sitting there saying, we're gonna build up what we have. It was all just acquisitions of other talent, and they're relying too much on those brands to bring those audiences in, and not having any concern or care at all for the integrity of the brand. To them, it's just another intellectual property that they can exploit, and it gets to the point where they're sitting there going, well, it's as long as it's an effective cash cow, we don't care. But right. Now that they've got the pushback, they've got the blowback, the audience is sitting there going, this is crap. And now the slide has gone far enough, they may not be able to correct for it without a big change in creative talent.
I don't think they have a chance to correct anything right now. They're getting attacked on all fronts, even from the state of Florida. It's just, I think eventually they're going to reach a point where they're going to turn out to be like a blockbuster and eventually have to rise up slowly. They just need to suck it up. But from what we're hearing and seeing is that they're standing the ground until they burn it to the ground. And that's Disney's choice.
They're doing an incredible job of that. There's a question here we answered. We had a poll just before many folks showed up. For those of you in the chat that are new, thank you for being here. I know Sheila's over here, who I've been a huge fan of forever. We've got several other folks that are joining us for the first time this evening. Thanks for being here. Do hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I stream almost every day of the week. But with this poll, it says, will this series be the turnaround for the MCU? The series we're referring to is the Secret Wars garbage, and it will get worse. It's winning 57%.
I'm sorry. Was that a joke?
Yeah. Well, that's a poll. And neither it will stay the same 37%. So that's a whopping. You can do the math there. At 94% that it's going to continue to suck rocks, and 5% said it'll get better. Thank you for the 140 votes.
Very optimistic. 5%.
Those are the trolls just throwing the numbers off.
No. Yeah. Disney's the corpse not even necrophiliac wants to touch anymore. Okay.
You know this, Daniel.
Disney is the corpse that not even a necromancer can raise from the dead anymore. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Even in a terrible D&D film that I saw. By the way, the review's up. Anyway, Daniel for $10 says Disney family morality tales were based on Judeo-Christian ethical foundation. That's true. Their new foundation is envy, pride, division, and hate. Yes. Ra's al Ghul. It is beyond saving and must be allowed to die. Daniel for $10. I concur. What do you guys think?
Wow. Sorry. Secret Wars is going to save every.
Secret Wars is saving nada, kids.
They should change to saving grace.
Yeah, I agree. The only way to save it is to allow it to die.
Same with Star Wars. Same with Trek.
Yeah, I agree. Not all with all these companies, like besides obviously Nintendo, Universal. It's like it feels like all these companies are all not only are they all simultaneously losing money. I think they're all kind of eyeing at each other, like, okay, who's going to be the first one to make the change to not do this anymore? It's like they're all afraid to make the first move.
They need to have a conference, Nick, where they go, okay, guys, no more fentanyl. We're bringing back the cocaine. We're going back to the 80s and 90s. We're going to start making films based on cocaine.
I'd be down for that.
Bring back 80s action stars.
We're reliving the end of the 70s now everywhere else geopolitically. Why not?
How is it the Star Wars Christmas special is better than anything that we have right now?
I said that the other day. And we are at the tail end of the 70s. Jimmy Carter is about to get his comeuppance, and things may change. But I'm going to say it this way: for those of you over on Rumble, I'm sorry, I cannot get a poll over there. But thank you for being there. Yes. As soon as I can put a poll on Rumble, I will.
Yeah, he's dropped about 150 since the high.
Really? Interesting. All right, Tox.
What? Oh, sorry. The missus and I are talking about your explosion.
Yeah. No, we were doing rather well, and again, we dipped a little bit off of some subjects that people were engaged in. But
that's my fault. It's because I left for a while.
Jolly
Sorry,
well.
you guys can come back now.
I do know this. I want to say for all the people who joined us and everybody who's interested in comics, you will see more comics promotions here. It's not the first time or the last time I'll have somebody on. I believe in promoting new popular culture, and I think we need as much of it as we can get. We have Bruce Lombardo here, for another $10 super chat. Thank you, brother. He says, Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division. This is, of course, Dick's Division. Nick, Toxic Man Flu, Brahma, occasionally, other people on this panel, like I don't know, 70s. I don't know why Pat's not on there anymore. But
I don't know. I don't get invite no more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd say Grant's
I know
extended
this. We're all dicks, but I know this. He says, I wonder if Michael Eisner has any weight during the shareholder meetings. He showed the blueprint to success. I would think he'd be a boogeyman for any CEO who had Angry Mickey on the voicemail. I know that he still owns some stock. I don't know if he owns as much as he used to, because I think he's trying to recover from his failed Topps endeavor. If you know anything about that, he tried to rescue the baseball trading, football trading card company Topps, and he did a piss poor job of that. So, yeah, I don't know. But to what extent he definitely has influence, I don't know. People listen to him. At one point, he was great.
I want Bob Chapek to break his NDA so badly. And I want the Karen McCarthy lawsuit to go to Discovery so badly.
I hope it does.
If Victoria Alonso wants to sue Disney, let's go to Discovery for that one too.
I want
just
Jason
open them up like a can of sardines.
No, Jason. No, I got something better. What you need is literally a boxing match, MMA rules with Chapek and Iger, and they go at it. Just until one of them falls dead.
Celebrity death match.
And tag team with Uwe Boll.
Yeah, I love it. We've got all these new names like Jonathan Earl and many others. Thank you for coming over. We really appreciate it. You guys are incredible. But we did get a couple of member chats. I want to read Tender Warrior 68, who gifted 20 memberships tonight. Thank you all. Says specifically a member for 3 months, says, I heard Disney is trying to court Depp back. Yeah. Where are those million alpacas? Yeah, he already said no. And then Diesel here. Diesel, I had that up. Where did that go? I probably did that. Grant, can you come back? Thank you. Diesel's been a member for 2 months and says, can't wait for the Disney Alien movie self-delete. Oh! Diesel, rough, bro. Rough. Holy cow. Toxic Man Flu just dropped 20 Culture Casino memberships in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, come and get them. We got a whole
that was a mistake. Can I get those back?
No. I'll take it. Anyway, it says here for 20 of them.
That was for Jolly's hooker.
Okay. Well,
okay, sorry.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Jolly's got a bag of nickels. He can take care of that problem himself.
You owe me, Cuddles.
Magic.
Hey, I got you, Jolly. Here you go.
Magitech Mag.
Just call Cohen and pay him off.
There's something very wrong with you guys.
Put it away.
Magitech Mags has been a member for 11 months, and she's a love. And if you guys could add her to the chat, those of you who can, please do that way. Pope Metallic is for $2. Says, if I can find it here. Why can't I find it here? Somebody find it here. Thank you. I volunteer as champion against any of these D-bags. Okay. I'll put you up against Iger. I think you could take him, bro.
Isn't Pope
is he talking
starring
about the panel
in a new movie on this coming out the 7th, The Pope's Exorcist?
Yeah, Pope Metallicus is featured in this new film, Pope's Exorcist. He looks a lot like Russell Crowe, so I can understand your confusion there, Tox. But
no, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm confused a lot.
Oh man, God, it was great hanging out with the vets last night. I can't believe I got an invite. What an amazing story.
Yeah, you kind of came from nowhere. That was great. They were very happy about that.
Yeah, and I appreciate Daniel being here. Look, it's Anonymous Gamer says, when Disney finally goes bankrupt, I'll be tap dancing on their grave. I tell you what, guys, will you tap dance on Disney's grave? Raise your hand.
Hell no.
I don't think they're going to go bankrupt. I think they'll start selling off assets to save themselves.
They have, I know, and I always tell people, look, guys, they have significant real estate holdings that will keep them afloat for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, the sons of bitches would release the Muppets. They ain't doing nothing with them except doing climate change commercials. Give the Muppets back to the people. Give them back.
Well, we had Elmo giving us commercials about things.
Well, Culture's even talked about this a number of times. I mean, the studio stuff, we hear about Walt Disney Studios all the time because that's what we talk about, and that's the more public facing thing. But that's a pittance compared to everything else, where parks and the resorts and the real estate. I mean, you look at the charts of everything that Disney owns.
Mm-hmm. How much did losing the status to in Florida? How much did that hurt them?
Okay, so it would have hurt them considerably. Right now, they kind of hit the pause button on it because now it's going to go to court for a long time because they did some really weird stuff that I don't have time to explain on this stream that Legal Mindset covered very effectively and will continue to cover very effectively over with Valiant Renegade.
He did it he did it today on their live show.
They're called shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans is the correct term. But look, here's a really interesting thing that services the conversation Jason was having and also the issues with Victoria Alonso. Legal discovery will lead to a malfeasance frenzy. Yes, if either of those go to that point, all bets are off across the board for Disney for a very long time. Because there are shareholders right now that are in documents and record search lawsuits. You have certain board members that are soliciting them for the release of particular financial aspects of the company, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to see, if this happened, you would see all hell break loose. And now that would open a can of worms for every studio.
So they also got any crap for deleting things they weren't supposed to delete as well, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, here's the other thing. I mean, they have been pretty not vigorous about this. This is all Bob Chapek's fault, right? What if it gets to the point where he finally decides he's had enough of the defamation? You guys are besmirching my character, NDA or not, I'm suing you for defamation. What if that happens? And I mean, I'm spitballing. I don't have anything that would suggest that he's going to do that.
It's an expensive lawsuit that's hard to prove. Defamation is extremely hard to get anything going on. So ultimately, that's probably fruitless.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me answer that question with a statement that I think is more relevant now than ever. We're going to see more defamation cases win than we ever have in history.
I think
you're going to, because we've already started to see that nut crack. I think you're going to start seeing it get cracked way more often.
See, the fun part right now
I think Karen McCarthy's approach is right. Hit not just breach of contract, but operating in bad faith.
Yeah.
As a separate item on that lawsuit, failure to pay and all of this, but the bad faith argument, in addition to the breach of contract, I mean, Chapek could probably do the same kind of thing. You just you just unanimously, gave me a new deal CEO, fix this thing, and then you pulled the rug out from under me. Mm-hmm. The agreement was X, and then this happens, and at some point FTX is going to come out of this. That's what they're trying to bury.
You think maybe we don't? FTX seems to be like the big ghost in the room right now, but hasn't been proving it. I would gladly like to see that. The other thing I like to see is I like watching the hypocrisy right now. We can look at Jonathan Majors and Johnny Depp in Disney and how they're handling that, because that's major hypocrisy, because it will show what they are doing for favoritism.
So let's take a little like detour down the Jonathan Majors path real quick.
I don't hear police sirens. Where is he?
Yeah. Look, I always will make the assumption, I've said this everywhere I've talked about this, and I know that Jolly and all of the other puppets understand. I'm always going to assume you're innocent. With the puppets, it's hard, but you have to kind of assume that they're innocent of doing something bad.
How do you know what you're talking about? I didn't touch her. I didn't touch her.
Okay.
I just asked
not with your hands, Jolly. Not with your hands.
Just his beard.
Fair enough. So I will always, God dang it, Tim, send me a message so I get you on the show next weekend. Or wait, no, it's Easter. I'll get you on the following Sunday. Just send me a note. Anyway, sorry.
Preferably a nude note. He likes nude notes.
You guys suck. Anyway,
let me interject for a second, because I think we've come up with a new expletive. You know, like Conan the Barbarian has Bikram. I think I just heard something. Culture's beard. That's something.
By Culture's beard. That's right.
That's now a thing.
Okay.
I thought it was by our horsehair combined.
Anyway, I want to assume that he's innocent. The problem is it's getting harder to make that assumption. And I think that there are a lot of players involved that already have more information than we do, which is why the U.S. Army had to recut all of their commercials to something that wasn't narrated by him nor featured him, so that they could continue to run those spots on the Final Four.
Here's Jennifer Lawrence.
So there's a lot that got released. The attorney Priya Chaudhry, right? She's renowned in New York. She's well known. She has gotten 40 criminal cases off of her chest in a positive way. And you know what? Great for her. Very experienced criminal attorney. She teaches classes at multiple universities. She's an adjunct professor at a prestigious school. I will say this. He's in trouble.
Yeah, it better be.
And in Marvel, whether or not he's guilty, they're going to have to figure out at what point they cut the cord, because Disney cut Depp way too early, and it is costing them quite dearly. I don't know. Do you guys have anything to add to that? Yay or nay?
Well, it could be that they're waiting because of what happened with Depp. You know, it could be. It's like, well, you know, this is looking bad. But if we
I'm not sure these are people who learn anything, though. I don't think these people learn anything.
One at a time, guys.
Sorry about that. 70s, my bad.
No,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Jason.
They can't.
No, I was thinking. The Depp thing makes them gun shy at when are they going to do that kind of a decision? Because they did it too early with Depp. And if they do it again too early with Majors, and they end up having that same kind of situation where Majors turns out to be innocent, then that's two strikes against Disney and the same thing.
But it's also their major villain for the MCU, as much as we don't want to laugh at that. So, and no offense, he falls under the checklist category of being of darker skin. And I'm saying this, don't hate on me, whoever's listening. It's the truth, and we've seen the hypocrisy with them. Yeah. Are they gonna stand behind him because he fits the checklist, or are they gonna put him in the same category that, hey, you did this crime, we have to release you like you did with Depp? And if they don't, that's gonna open a whole new
with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that was.
They had the whole Me Too movement and all that stuff going on real hard when that happened. Because remember, that thing started. How long ago did that trial start? 3 years ago? I mean, the whole episode was 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, because you had the thing in the UK before the one here.
Before the one here and all that stuff. He lost in the UK and all those things and stuff from there, right?
Yeah.
So it's a different era. It's a different time.
But it's
that woke stuff, they're losing money, and who knows? Who knows if he did it, if he didn't? We'll see what happens. There's been people come out of the woodwork all the time for somebody they don't exactly like. You know,
and that was really weird, right? Because you had a piling on effect, which you normally wouldn't in that circumstance or situation.
Especially giving that he's a checkbox kind of person. I mean, did he do an okay job as Kang? No. I didn't see the movie.
It was all right, but it wasn't super fantastic.
It wasn't.
It was better when he wasn't Kang in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he's
a
good actor.
It's not like that one guy that was the cyborg that. Said
Oh,
that
Ray
Kevin
Fisher?
Feige
Oh,
beat him.
Cryborg? Cryborg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't do anything like that. So it's not like people.
Even then, we still haven't seen the video. We still gotta remember that
Right.
with Majors, we still have not seen the video.
But the charge is already there too, though.
Majors.
The charge is there, but we still need. I want to see the evidence first.
And-
Because
and-
anything can happen with the charge.
And that's what
Right.
Tim's
We've seen
saying here.
charges.
Yeah.
We've seen cancellations.
Yeah.
I'm saying, judging by history, we've seen blacklists. You name the bad thing. We've seen it happen, and then we have the equivalent of the page 30 bottom corner article of exoneration months to years later. So I'm just saying, like, obviously, maybe there's a possibility that Majors is super guilty, but don't be surprised if he's not.
I don't think he's guilty. I agree. We have to see the footage, but the problem is it's already out there in the public court of appearance, right? So that already affects whatever happens with the films. Yeah, that's the game.
There is Majors has to deal with the changed legal environment in the country now, because now you have to prove you're innocent. That may be hard
According
for
to
him.
Pelosi.
Pelosi said they you have to prove. Oh God,
He has to prove
But
he's
you know
innocent.
back for that shit.
the kid that was doing the Flash stuff, it didn't matter for him.
Oh, Ezra Filler.
He is.
Yeah, Ezra Miller, it didn't matter. All that stuff came out, and what happened? All those
he's got-
charges were deleted down.
Now,
right?
to be fair,
You know what's funny,
though,
Talks?
after
Talks
the
is-
Flash, he doesn't have any more things that he's doing in the DCU as
I'll
far
believe
as
that
we
when
know.
I see that.
Well, and that's
So-
as far as we know.
Right.
What does
Here's
that mean?
what doesn't make sense, though, and I want to capitalize off what Tox is saying. What happens when you have your Johnny Depps and your Marilyn Mansons and your and possibly Jonathan Majors? We're going all of these things based off of hearsay, and a lot of people get exonerated. Ezra Miller, all the evidence in the world.
Who's the guy
we're
with
still dealing with this bullshit.
Rick and Morty, right?
Justin
No
Justin
evidence
Roiland.
too.
Yeah.
Lost everything.
He's suing the bejesus out of them. You know that's
And you guys,
I'm right.
you guys
Yeah.
are wrong. Ezra Miller is still doing stuff after the Flash. It's just lines of ketamine. That won't be in any of his.
Whoa! Put him in a K-hole.
It would be nice if he was doing time after the Flash.
Very good, 70s. Let's
Well, he'll be doing K time because he's slowed down.
let me get to some of the chats and super chats we have from some folks. Like, this is important information to know. Frank Wells was one of the last real Disney stalwarts that existed. He died in a helicopter crash in '94. That actually really hindered Michael Eisner. Michael Eisner would have probably lasted much longer. Again, Disney's always operated best when it's run by a creative and then a business mind. You need those two pairs. That's how it worked under Walt and Roy. It's how it worked under Wells and Eisner. And it's definitely not been the same ever since. So there you are. We have one of my friends here. I think we got to this one. That is Diesel. We already hit that. We got our buddy Pope Metallicus, which I already got. We have OC Dobbins joining us. This is an industry person. Good to see you, my friend. Somebody who knows what's going on and is about to suffer a strike, I'm afraid. We've got Magitech Mags here, who is available to be in this show anytime she wants. She's in the
Hey, now, don't say what woman's available. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Let's
What are
not
you,
talk
him?
about that.
Here's the thing. She has not in person met Ruben Christopher Haynes yet, so I have to assume that she might still be available. But Magitech Mags for $10 says,
Wow, sorry about that.
I'm here just to eat the popcorn. Disney is reaping what they have sown. I don't like seeing Disney burning, but you can't keep enabling an addict. It's sad. Indeed, dear.
Well said. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
You do stuff with Lorena Creo, who is phenomenal.
Oh, she's amazing.
And she goes to the parks and does stuff and things there, and she doesn't put up with the crap, but still enjoys it.
No,
right?
And
you can still do that. I've never been a huge Disney fan. I've never really wanted to go to the parks. It's something about screaming children all around just doesn't get me, right?
But you're on YouTube.
He gets that.
No. It's only when I'm on panels like this that the screaming children are a problem. Jason.
Wow.
Anyway,
Jason, damn.
That dude screams like a baby.
Oh my god, man, get him a
sci-fi
soother.
for me. We're so good. Me.
Look at my popularity with
Look at
my
my 5
900
million
viewers.
monitors that I have. Yeah, and I got Star Trek all over the
My
place.
chair comes with its own toilet.
Look, he also has all this knowledge that he keeps bringing up. Oh, there we go.
But I only have 2,500 and some odd subs. So I mean, you guys are,
one per monitor. One per monitor.
Is that a Reliant? Do you have a Reliant?
Yeah, keep your heads above the table.
Yeah, Jason's got one member for each monitor. He can watch them all. He watches every single one.
He can't afford jeans without holes.
Okay, hold on. The one thing you don't know about Jason is each one of those monitors is for each one of the OnlyFans girls he's subscribed to.
Oh, that's right.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
His wife puts a timer right in front of him.
Yeah,
you can only spank it for this much.
His boss is hardcore. You don't joke because he could get in big trouble. So careful.
That's all right.
Yeah, I love it. But Eric K just dropped 5 Culture Casino memberships. If you are not set up to accept memberships, please
Memberships, yay!
Hey,
that's the Culture Casino membership show.
Thanks to my
the Culture Casino Golden Bowl.
You're a higher tier. You get a golden shower.
Can I finish? The mention
That's what she said.
Eric K, 70s. Go push sheep over the fence with no hands.
You better wash your hands, Culture, before you finish.
Eric K has really tasty
5
meat.
memberships, and you know what? I'm going to see him in Vegas, and I hope I see many of you in Vegas.
Taste his meat.
I will be there.
I'm
going to
there
be
in
in
Vegas.
Dallas.
Watch you finish.
Dallas is coming up. I'm going to be. We may do a Chicago area thing, guys. Keep posted. Keep aware of what's happening over on.
We're definitely doing Dallas.
Definitely
Debbie did Dallas.
Debbie's already done it.
On that note,
Dallas.
More supers. We got to get to them, guys. We got Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division for $5. Says, do you think Disney will actually be allowed to fail? Yes. Do you think it will be able to collapse? No. I can see this administration subsidizing for it forever. I don't think they can.
It's not a bank.
Yeah,
right?
And there's
through a bank, they've got things they can do.
Yeah, there's too much in play in the state of Florida for them to become that transparent.
Can they have memberships?
So but Bruce, I see your thinking and I understand it. I just don't know necessarily that it could possibly exist if it were truly collapsing. I think it's panicking. I was about to do a video about that, but I'm gonna wait till after this. Haven't
we also heard that certain type of money, alphabet money, is starting to run out?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, that other money's gone. That's done. But there's only like $51 billion in ESG funds that they can shuffle towards these studios this year. That keeps none of them more than just
a lot of the game companies are soaking that up.
I have a solution. All Disney has to do is give all their assets to Ukraine, and they will be safe.
That would solve. Give Disney to Ukraine. That solves the whole problem. Or I tell you what, I can take if I were to become the CEO and chairman of Disney right now, I could fix them in 20 minutes.
Is that before or after the membership stream?
The membership stream would have to come first.
That's the stream. That's the stream where you give money back, right?
Exactly.
After he gets the finish.
Pope Metallicus the first for $5 says, if you don't think I won't use by Culture's Weave as a distraction, you're wrong.
It's going to get used in every show from now on.
By Culture's Weave.
Mm-hmm. You know that movie Galaxy Quest?
By Grabthar's hammer.
By Culture's Weave. I shall
avenge you.
See what people do.
I have another story I want to get to for the 530.
When Culture runs,
all these people on.
Yeah, when Culture runs, his ass hair actually knots itself.
And you know what? Lord Shax over on Rumble says, every time Ruben sees a woman's wedding ring, he picks it up. Unfortunately, there's always a woman wearing it. Oh! Well done, Lord Shax. Southern Belle says, for $2, don't ever go blue weave.
That's the lower.
Do not type in blue weave in Google at all.
Or Blue Weevil.
Okay, I got
There's certain things about culture that need to stay on his OnlyFans.
You guys are
I told you not to Photoshop that.
But in culture world, they call only weaves.
Our good friend Daniel for $2 says Mags is too kind-hearted to put down old Yeller.
Yes, she is.
I'm not sure who that would be on this panel. Probably 70s. Anyway, thank you for that.
I don't yell. I might be old, but I don't yell.
Hey now. Soldier Spirit for $19.99 says take a shot. We don't do that here. But I'll take your $20, my friend. And I have to tell you, it was a wonderful privilege to hang out with Vets Talking. Guys, if you're not subscribed to that amazing channel, if you're not subscribed to Soldier Spirit, if you're not subscribed to all these amazing creators that are former military folks that take care of everything that you've ever been able to benefit from in your life, you should be. Speaking of taking benefit of having an opportunity, Mags.
Hi. Oh my gosh. That's great.
It's that big blue thing. Watch out.
I know. Well,
now it's pink.
That's the second woman on the panel.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
That's rude.
He's been here before.
I'll just leave you guessing who they are.
Culture's head just shows up on women.
Well, the only other woman is got to be the one. It's got to be the one with the no hair or whatever.
Okay, so look, let's put the non-camera people on the bottom. There we go. Okay, now
What is this?
My OCD is better. Wait, stop.
No,
You guys
do it again.
stop.
Everyone turned their cameras off.
I could pull these up.
Why?
Culture, are you suffering from not being able to finish?
I think it's the opposite. I think he finished too soon, and then we changed.
A member chat comes in from Qui-Gon Gimli. Great to see you, my friend. Says it's not Star Wars and MCU fatigue; it's Disney fatigue. 100%. That is a correct statement. Qui-Gon Gimli.
I think it's bad story fatigue. I think it's bad story fatigue because it's broader than Disney.
Tim,
Yeah, it's quality. It's quality fatigue. I mean, it's just we've not had good stories. We've not had good characters. It's also agenda fatigue. By the way,
Yeah.
I mean they keep preaching to to us.
I think
So
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Because
think
not
we're
only
tired
are
of
we
it.
tired of them preaching us the agenda, I think we've gotten tired of those of us who are fighting against them preaching us the agenda. So it's kind of like if you go into, if you have your child in the car screaming, and then you go into daycare and all the children are screaming, much worse, right? And I think that's kind of what's happening within our space. You're starting to see more of the video game community blow up. Flawedzilla over on Rumble, he was sitting there doing a stream, and the CEO of Rumble dropped him a $500 check.
Yeah.
And then it was in there, and then I think he had 2K on tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
And
people,
he-
I think, are getting tired
We were
of
trying
this
to get
crap.
it for Brahma last night, but we
The
didn't
CEO
succeed.
actually tweeted out before Flawed started tonight that's where he was starting his.
Right.
That's
I
so
think didn't he
great.
give $500
rating.
to Jason?
He did.
Society Reviews as well.
Cider Reviews got 500.
Yeah.
last
Oh,
night
he
for
doesn't need it. He has
his
too many
rating.
monitors.
Well, no, the other Jason.
Other Jason.
Jacob.
I know I'm
sorry,
being
Jacob.
difficult. I know I'm being
It's
difficult.
Jacob, not Jason.
I
And
know.
it's just and that's a
I have the
toxic
same
man.
bottle, Jason.
That's me.
I have exactly the same.
All of
water
our
bottle.
guests are named Jason.
Yeah, that's right. That's what we're doing. Look, I don't
Am
care.
I still a guest? I mean,
No, you're on this panel.
okay, all right.
I
Yeah.
guess you are.
Should culture take a shot? 86% yes, 13% no. It wouldn't matter anyway. I'm not doing it because I
I'm
cannot.
drinking.
No, tomorrow's a big day for me.
Wait,
I
wait,
can't-
wait. Okay, if you don't drink, just ask Mrs. What about Culture Boss just gives you a shot?
No, dude. Did you see the
Abuse.
video that run
Abuse.
before this show?
No.
Guys,
Never just fire a shotgun.
Send Culture money, he'll do a shot. If you
I
send
was
him
too busy
enough.
putting
No.
He'll
blue hair
bounce
on
off
you.
whatever work he has.
It's a lie. Look. The only thing I would do it would be Johnny Blue, and it's way too late in the evening for me to do that. But I know that Magitech Mags, who's on the panel, thanks for this extra $5 here.
Blue Johnny.
Daniel, what the freak? What were you? What was he freaking about exactly?
He was talking about Old Yeller, and it was so weirded out there. He always picks on me, so I pick on him back. It's okay.
Okay, so the common nerd says he's going to make up for the shot I'm not taking. I believe him.
I'm sipping.
So in other words, you're going to make everyone watch Ant-Man to take the shot for you?
Oh, God, Ant-Man sucks bad. Daniel, for $5, says, no one should pass up seeing Culture's Main in person. Thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate that. The sheen alone is worth it. Just first ask before running your fingers through it. You know how many people touch my hair at meetups. It is insane.
When is Dallas?
Dallas is coming up.
9th through 11th is the con. I think
Ninth
we're going
and
to be
11th,
there probably the
We'll ride
7th
the
or 8th.
8th, 7th.
I think I'm coming in on the 7th. Oh, we lost somebody. Who did we lost?
That was
I just want to know when I'm allowed
Steven
to
took
come
off again.
Steven again.
Okay.
in Dallas.
What's this end stream button? Oh, sorry.
Don't do that. Oh crap! I forgot talk to Jason Flu has the con. Unfortunately,
Everyone I know
So
is named
Grant.
Jason.
I have two producers on the show, and I suck still.
Oh my
So
God! You changed my name.
I didn't do it.
Yes,
Wasn't me.
Tech Jason. I'm Toxic Jason.
Everyone
Flu.
is Jason.
Everyone's
Culture,
name is on the
Culture's
side.
new show, according to Lord Shax on Rumble. Culture's new show, Culture Drunk Tank. No, there's that.
Well, we were coming up with all
Tank.
sorts of things the other night. Culture 911. What was the other? What were coming the other ones?
NCIS, National Culture Investigative Service.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I mean we had a bunch of them.
Can I suggest we cover one more subject? You guys, do you have one more in you? You have one more.
Is it
I'm
really
here
your
for the
show?
ride, so whatever.
Oh, there.
Leroy
Hey, all right.
It took about 2 seconds.
There we go. Everybody's very excited about this.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to do a thing. You ready for a thing? Let's see.
Okay.
I'm a professional YouTuber, guys. You can have
We
it.
know.
Shh. We're covering this tomorrow on the 6-Minute Daily and we're actually covering it in a video, sort of, kind of, maybe not really, but we're covering WWE in a video tomorrow. And I'm going to say this: Endeavor is actually closing in on a deal for the majority stake in the WWE, and it will combine it with the UFC to form a combat sports giant.
Unless they get slapping, it's not going to work.
Combat sports?
They already have slapping.
Yeah, UFC has the slap fight where
So that kind of hair is a combat sport?
I don't know, but I know this. I know this, that Endeavor had recently said that they had no interest in going into additional debt to acquire the WWE, and now they're going to acquire a majority stake.
They must have got some DIE money, ESG money.
Die money.
So the Saudis are out officially?
I don't know. I mean, this would seem to indicate that. Word circulated Sunday that a deal for the majority stake was imminent. PMS,
Well, that's what we got
not
with the
PMS.
Saudis a month and a
CNBC
half ago.
reported it, and it ended the week with a market value of $6.8 billion, and I don't know. This is exactly contrary to what they have publicly said prior to this deal coming about.
Something happened behind the scenes.
Somebody saw somebody's financials and it wasn't looking good and they needed to make.
Yeah, Derp Nader says, how about the main event tonight? Acknowledge Roman Reigns. Acknowledge your tribal chief. Well, there you go. By the way, night one was probably one of the best finishes I've seen in a long time for something.
You love watching two guys finish each other.
Yeah, I was waiting
my
for. I was like,
usual.
I hope someone capitalizes on that.
Wow. And it was the
Well,
Australian.
it was a tag team, so it makes sense.
It was a tag team. Look, I mean, it's really cool to see
God.
Rey Mysterio do what Rey Mysterio does, but
You like to see little men finish.
would you stop it? I know this.
By the way,
It's a tiny tip, by the way.
we had this story on Saturday morning during the Salacious Crumbs segment. The Macho Mandalorian has made an appearance. I felt that was kind of appropriate here because you guys are talking about wrestling. He's
Oh, yeah, I'm
There he is.
Macho Mando Man.
I
like the hair.
He's a macho.
Well, and also this is the way. You know, he's got the
whey protein.
best kill.
That's like a toxic man flu joke. But Bruce asks a question: how much ESG money is there annually? Well, this year about $61 million. Somewhere, I think it's either 51 or 61. My brain's foggy, but I'll find it for if you want it for real. How much money is conscripted to actual money makers for that grift? Very little. I mean, the idea is just to keep things afloat and keep them within the message. That's all ESG is. It's all about messaging. It's not about truth. It's not about anything that they tell you. It's about the manipulation of power and control. I mean, that's just
about keeping the status quo going. That's why it's there. Because if they didn't have the dye program and all that garbage, these things would be gone, donezo, extinct.
And Derp Nader's right. Night one was great. It was probably the best storyline finish I've ever seen. And I think that there's more there. Yeah, Diesel's laughing at the whey protein.
If they do this thing with Endeavor getting WWE, the slogan needs to be, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah,
because here we are. You know, this is bread and circuses. This is gladiator games, is what it sounds like. We are the fall of Rome here.
Somebody actually asked that question. Are they going to bring that into this? You know, since now they own like all these different kind of pretend combat and actual combat stuff. Christopher Dominguez, I'm sure Triple H is limited in the scope of his lifetime where he's at, but if you watch my video tomorrow, you'll understand that there's deeper stuff going on there. I do a video on it. So but yeah, and this is true. OPEC is cutting back on production. So yeah, the Saudis and other Arabian countries that produce oil are cutting back substantially. So just
maybe we can buy some of our supplies back from China.
Well, I don't really. Yeah. That's not what I normally do here, but you're 100% right. But I just thought that was an interesting story that I can't imagine UFC and the WWE being owned by the same company. That's just. But again, they manage the same talent just from different pools of talent. Or types of talent. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to let you speak for a few moments. Ooh.
Who first? So we don't stomp on each other.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. How about you?
I think that with Japan now dealing directly with China to use the yuan to buy oil, I think, from Russia, I think the Saudis are going to start going off of the U.S. dollar, and buying American companies is going to be less of a draw for them. So I think that they were out of this early, and I think that there's a contraction happening within the business, and they needed to find somebody real quick, and this was the one there. So it's kind of like, not leaving the dance with the one that brought you, I think is what's happening here from that standpoint. So that's my thought. Brahma Bull or Jason Bull, I'm sorry. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm looking for memes, so I wasn't listening to the question.
You're looking for memes? All right.
Skip me.
So Jason Weiser, you are able to mimic multiple wrestlers. So you obviously know a lot about them. What do you think?
I gotta think about it more. Come back to me.
All right. Jason, you never have nothing to say about any subjects. It's because they're all up on those monitors. Do you think that this is something that's going to work out for these guys, or
I will admit this is one area of expertise I don't have because I've never really followed wrestling. Mrs. Boss has a little bit, but I think concept wise, just overall concept wise, this sounds like more of the same kind of corporate consolidation, because with Culture Say, who would have thought that WWE and UFC would be in the same camp now? And it's like, Disney owns everything, and how much does Pepsi own, and how much does this? I think this is more of that same kind of corporate contraction where you're going to get 5 companies that own everything in the world.
Right. I've been a huge boxing fan for a very long time. The whole science of it, all it, you can call it whatever, and it was huge. And then UFC came around and just really knocked it off because UFC took boxing to a new level. I was a big kickboxing fan as well. And there's theater. Wrestling is huge. I know where wrestling started. I lived in the city where it did. I all started in Kane's Ballroom, baby. And they would have real fights on Friday to find out who won on Saturday. Jake the Snake, Rowdy Roddy, you name it. Sergeant Slaughter, all those guys. All that stuff that started out from there. And it was huge. And it's just fallen off. They're not pulling in the same kind of numbers. The McMahons did a great job, I think. And then when they kind of lost the ability, it was more his wife. I think she ran for governor in Connecticut a couple of times. And as they got older and started coming out of the business, the people that they brought in after that, the kids and some of this from there, just have not been able to keep it up. You know, you have that success, and just like a king that lets the kids run the kingdom afterwards, they're going to pull it apart. Same thing happened with Walmart, right?
Yep.
Same thing's kind of happened here.
Same thing.
Dominic's, same thing. And instead of picking somebody that knows what they're doing, believes what you believe, you sit there and think that your kids need to be the one that runs these things. Not true. You need to pick somebody else, and your kids need to make their own way. Which, quick aside, I read an article that Mila Kunis and Justin Kutcher were giving away all their money, and their kids had to make it on their own after they college and all that stuff from there. So I think that's the kind of stuff you have to do when you have a lot of money and privilege. So, all right, I'm going to go to somebody that knows a whole lot about wrestling, particularly in Greek baths with other men, and that's that 70s Jason fan.
It's funny because I actually was going to say the only wrestling I know anything about is two scantily clad ladies in a vat of Jello, but you've kind of defeated.
Oh my!
That was on a dare. So,
I am the same as all the other Jasons on the panel. I really don't care much about wrestling.
Okay.
I think the consolidation of things continues, and I mean, there's a wider economic story here about the devaluation of the dollar and weakening of American corporations and companies to make them more easily taken over by foreign interests.
That's actually easily stopped. There is a little known organization that I'll talk about tomorrow on a 6
called the NRA.
Yeah, that actually
National Wrestling Association.
I do find it interesting that you're going to have wrestling alongside UFC when one is
real
entertainment and one is real. Yeah.
Well, the biggest problem is they just bought UFC a few years ago for $4.4 billion.
Yeah.
They haven't got that money back from that, and the UFC is making money where wrestling isn't. So they're going to be buying. They're going to be buying this for what, $6-7 billion on something that's not going to be making any money. There's a good chance that they're going to bring the UFC under as well. That's the danger in it. Is if they're going to start, going on this big buying spree and they can't do it, then they're just going to have to start, selling off assets or shut the whole thing down, and that could ruin two completely, dominant, sports.
Endeavor, though, however, is a giant entertainment management company. Their representation clauses are substantial. So as long as they stay viable, they'll be in decent shape. We got a couple of started comments here I want to grab. Southern Bell for $2 says the boss needs to throw bunny slippers at CC. The boss went to bed.
Aww.
So I'm safe. But thank you for the $2, Southern Bell. I imagine if you want to see me hit with shoes, you'll see it soon, because there's no absence of shoes in my life anyway.
Especially those high heels in your cupboard.
Let me tell you now. Nikki D for $10 asks a very important, pertinent question: is Kang in Loki season 2? Well,
yes,
rumored to be in season 2. Nick,
yes, it was one of the variants, the timely variant. It was supposed to be in Loki season 2.
Okay, so if so, could it be Disney preemptively delayed the show due to some potential misconduct from majors they were previously aware of?
Well, weren't they some of the accusations came out. Was it last year, or people were tweeting about it, like just vaguely about something?
Something's been vaguely tweeted about a few times.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that I think Disney was aware of some bad whatever. But look, I want to presume this guy's innocent. That's my natural instinct, right? Even if I don't like the person.
He's an actor that's been accused of stuff. No evidence has been produced. His name's Johnny. There's a good chance he's innocent. Like, purely simply on history. Anyway, guys, I've got to take off. I've got to go pick up my little one.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap. We're gonna wrap soon, but we got more supers. We got more supers, and we've got a couple people I want to say thanks to. We got some memes for you all. So, but I want to say thank you, Nikki D, for the $10 super chat. I think that this is well within the realm of possibility. That's what I think. So, and yes,
as far as the initial delay or like extended delay, because if that's initial, okay, I was gonna say initial delay, definitely not.
Yeah,
but yeah, maybe so for extended.
And OC Gigan, our friend, for $4.99 says early reviews of Mario are very positive. Yes, they are, my friend. Yes, they are. We are very excited about it. Going to see it in 3D on Wednesday and in Dolby on Friday. Purchase 24 tickets for the family and friends. My friend, God love you, dude. And yes, you know what? I could not be more excited for this film. So I feel you. I really do. I absolutely love this idea in this film. So I want to say thank you to Mr. Grant Gregory for doing all that he does as he exits the chat. He really does make me look good, and I am very, very grateful for what he does as my editor, amongst other things, and producing this show along with Mr. Toxic Jason Flo. So
was that what I'm doing? Oh, sorry.
In part.
There's no oh my god, the cock bumper I can play.
Sorry about that.
Oh man.
Cavatania. Thanks. Cavatania Cavalryman Che says, why is Sports Illustrated model Mia Kang not a Kang in the MC? I don't know. I would vote for that. She's pretty smoking. Just saying.
It's a Kang in my pants.
I think a Kang anywhere is good. Wow, that was almost bad.
Clip that memes. All the legions.
Rabnod Skubla. I hope I pronounced that properly. He says, I'm excited to see it in theaters. I am too. I don't know anybody that isn't, to be fair.
I'm going to try to get tickets for Wednesday.
I'm going Wednesday. I already have my tickets. Yep. On that note, we need to wrap it. So I want to show some memes. Tox or Brahma or whoever's got memes queued, please.
Yep, we've got them.
Whoop them out.
That's what he said.
Let me get the correct screen.
Oh, man, and we lost Jolly, too. He didn't get to talk. I feel bad. I like Jolly.
He had to slide out.
Oh, that's what I heard.
He had to slip out the window like Mexican Iron Man.
Right. Okay, so I'm about to make Jason Bull full screen. So here we go.
Blow him.
Oh, my.
All right, so we got Toxic Man Flu coming in, starting the memes. Always bet on the hair, Culture Casino.
Yeah.
Got one from core member for which Jason
wow!
is. Oh, it's actually Jason.
It's now we know.
So thank you to core member for that one.
Now.
Love you, dude.
We got another one from Tox. All weaves 50% off. Hair by Culture. Cutting hair weave technology. It's a weave. .jason.casino.
Look at that. You can't even tell.
You can't.
That's advanced hair weave technology.
I'm telling you right now, you can go to the salon and they won't even know. They'll cut your hair.
AI hair weaves by Culture Casino.
Not only is he the president of the company, but he's also a customer.
Yes, definitely a client.
And core member coming in again.
Missed opportunity getting the ass shot here.
You flipped too hard, damn it.
Oh, that's what
the ass
need.
shot.
Yeah, the ass shot would have perfected that.
Yeah, see that.
Yeah.
This
Only
is good,
if there was a weave flowing out of the cheeks.
Short. It needed more ass.
Clip that, y'all.
So I believe that is what we had tonight as far as memes.
I put another one in there.
Oh, did you find another? Okay.
Yeah.
Make me work. All right.
We'll stop sharing and
I'll go find it and come back.
Own it. Okay, fair enough.
Somebody clip that too.
I have it right here.
All right. Well,
you could bring it up.
Okay, so I want to highlight the fact that we had a lady on the panel, and I love that she's here. She is in the group now. I'm trying to get lots of ladies in her group. And they bring some. Oh wait, that's not it. They bring some feminine energy. There we go. All right.
Hey, yo.
Kids, that's Magitech Mag.
I'm too sexy for your
Also known as Jason Tech Jason.
Yeah, Jason Tech Jason. That's according to Toxic Man Fluto.
Oh, I had nothing to do with that at all. I claim nothing.
Actual Jason is sharing with us a pinup poster.
Well, somebody mentioned Mia Kang, so I just figured I'd.
Oh well, thank you. There's Mia Kang, everybody. I think this is the best Kang we could hope for. To be fair,
if it was Mary, it would be Mia Kang. You a Kang.
Oh, easy now. Easy there, Batman.
Here's the last one. I found it, Brahma. No need to go dig for it. So it's World Weave Entertainment, July 29th. Weave.
That actually looks really hot and entertaining.
It is. I didn't have enough time to put the Weave DeLorean head on it, but yeah. That's going to be coming up next. Look at that.
Wow.
You know, if Culture gets to 10,000 subs, he's going to take his shirt off on stream.
I am.
Get to it, y'all. I want to see that.
That's a threat.
No, you don't.
I do too.
I've seen it, Mags. You don't.
I have old man boobs.
I want to see that the
you
way.
Want to see old man boobs?
Yes, I want to see that the way Brandon Lee
in
saw.
The wind. I will do a Hasselhoff run.
And it's not until 50,000 subs that he's taken off the bra.
Culture, that just means you need to start working out then.
Oh, I already am.
Start lifting. Start eating protein.
Yeah.
He swallows a lot of protein.
Oh my God,
my buddy Deej. Deej. He knows what old man boobs look like. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the next division, we know all about the man goo.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, was it sticky?
With his chest hair? Oh yeah. He probably couldn't comb through that weave for a week.
When it gets stuck in his hair, I mean, it would just be like.
Have you ever seen What About Mary?
Yes.
There's something about
it's called What. Yeah, there's a we'll call it a quote unquote parody version out there called What About Culture.
Shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Hang on, we may have breaking news when he moves.
We have breaking news.
What? Yeah, hang on. I can't spell.
No, I can't spell.
Breaking news.
Fired.
Yeah.
KK fired.
Yeah, right.
That's the only news that's worthy.
Wait a minute. We do have breaking news. I mean news.
Hang on. My God. Only fans, only culture.
No, this is actually news. That here we go. From NBC. From NBC, here it is. McDonald's reportedly temporarily shuts its U.S. corporate office ahead of layoffs.
Yep.
Interesting.
Picky shit.
Yeah.
That is courtesy of Lord Shacks over on the Rumble side. Fast food chain said that in January it would review staffing levels as part of an updated business strategy, which could lead to layoffs in some areas and expansion in others. That is
new
stuff.
Like diversity hires and more AI.
I don't know about that. I think you're getting a lot of robot ordering, but this is
could get a lot of Disney employees joining them.
What I know, maybe. What I know is that this is like a spy guy, like a PI that you hire to like take a picture of McDonald's. This is This is like a very strange way to present that. But
yeah, that almost looks like a 1990s version of a picture too.
So McDonald's.
Realistically, real quick. Realistically, how many McDonald's are corporate owned instead of franchised?
Yeah,
every McDonald's in this state, I believe, is franchised. So, I mean, this could just be their corporate headquarters is going to cut out, a whole bunch of people. But that doesn't mean the franchises are going to start doing anything.
Well, but
the franchises run pretty much separate. They just run.
They're already marketing this, though. Look what Diesel said.
Make
unemployment. You can get that on the menu now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot!
That was good. You get a rim shot.
Wow! That was real close to a phrasing issue. But McDonald's Corp is temporarily closing its U.S. offices this week as it prepares to inform corporate employees about its layoffs as part of a broader company restructure. Hickey Schmick. In an internal email last week to U.S. employees and some international staff, McDonald's asked them to work from home on Monday through Wednesday so it can deliver staffing decisions virtually, which means they're going to cut a giant amount of jobs.
Wow.
They're during the week of April 3, we will communicate key decisions related. Gosh, this makes their quarterly report look like it's going to be disastrous.
They're still in Chicago, right?
Yeah, I think they're based in Chicago.
Yeah. Things are getting bad around
It'd be
here.
interesting to look at their financials. Let's see if I can.
So we're going to see key decisions announced mañana. Oh, guys, talk about a bloodbath. I think we might see one, and not just Disney. Woo! Okay. Speaking of, wow. You know what? Rick was the greatest. Woo! Okay. So Southern Belle says, "Bah, bah, bah." Oh wow, she's calling out the 70s rock fan through the chat. That's what's happening.
That's a lot of girlfriends.
Bah, bah.
She needs a boost over the fence.
Union of Amateur Strategists says, OMGTC, you have to go to Comics Division to get treatment like that. Whew. And one final super chat from our good friend, Dad Man Walking 55 for $2. Says, thanks for what you do, Culture. Keep up the good work. No, thank you for what you do, my friend. You are criminally undersubbed and an enjoyable human. And I hope everybody gets the opportunity to meet you. Cynthia Carter is saying, gonna be a lot of folks not loving it. Yes, quality comment on the McDonald's front. Ponkwaddle says, Mickey is about to lose the magic. Yes.
That's funny.
That's incredible. You guys remember that in Disneyland and Disney World, you could actually go to a McDonald's fry place inside the parks. It was very strange.
It's actually, they're both the equivalent of each other, churning out, unpalatable stuff. Unpalatable.
McDonald's used to be a lot better.
They need to bring back the playgrounds outside with the
play
Mayor
places.
McCheese and hamburger.
Yep.
Rotax Hippie says, but we need Ronald for Clown World. Well, I think we've got a guy in the executive office branch.
You mentioned Culture. You mentioned the robot ordering. I mean, they've got all those automated pillars in McDonald's now. Anyway, they don't need people. Yeah, they don't need people. So.
Yeah, they don't you barely see people at the front, front counters anymore.
Yeah, the only person that they need is the repairman for the ice cream machine.
Yeah, Jonathan Earl says McDonald's and I come from the same inland empire. That's right. Yeah. You know what? A lot of great things were launched from the Midwest.
Launched.
I was
yeah,
expecting
there
a
really
punchline
was.
there.
Arby's, Taco Bueno, lots of good stuff.
And they used to taste better.
And Andy Masterson is better than us. He hasn't been to
Mickey D's in 20 years.
I can't remember the last
Family
time
and I quit Mickey D's for 6 months, and then we really craved it. So we went, and one kid went to sleep for 6 hours. I went to sleep for 8. Somebody else was throwing up. And it just really is. All the stuff that was in their food was awful. It's
funny. I had a McDonald's. It was like it had been years since I had McDonald's, and I had to. It was for an emergency purpose because my car had broken down and everything. I'm not going to go into that detail, but so I had a McDonald's with my dad, and because that was the only dinner we could get at the time to hit the road and leave, and that was the saltiest burger I have had in forever. Like that was just nasty.
Have you seen the salt shakers that they use?
No.
Those big metal ones.
Yeah.
More like flour dusting than salt shaking.
Ugh.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a.
I'm shriveling up like a snail right now. Ugh.
Yeah, we've got Zeno,
Don't say
the Stoic, saying McD emergency. Oh no, that's right. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm Robin Beach and I'm yelling.
And that's more the oh no. Anyway.
That's right.
Meme that you would find. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh no.
Good
anyway.
Point. That's a good point.
Southern Belle for $2 says 15 hours for fast food not sustainable. $15
per yeah.
What people don't understand is that when you raise salaries or incomes, you have to be able to have a sustainable operational
Yep.
income too, because there's operational cost to it all.
Well, they did that across the board, right?
Yeah.
And their franchisees are in different regions where $15 an hour is not sustainable, like Alabama, Mississippi, and things like that.
No,
Yeah,
it's dependent on the demographic and what's the amount of people that live there that do show. Like maybe cities are far more popular, but out in the rural areas, it doesn't work like that. So
shoot, Smokey says that as of Saturday, it's $26 an hour here now.
Wow.
Oh,
for McDonald's,
you can't make a you can't do that.
No.
Where are all the illegals going to work if McDonald's starts firing?
The side part of that is small businesses like, say, insurance agencies will go with. How the hell do they hire somebody that used to, basically do data entry and answer the phone at $25 an hour now to combat McDonald's being at $24 an hour?
Yeah.
Right.
And offering benefits if they're full-time.
This
other
this
small
notion,
businesses get put under because of these costs. The wage is raising because of
the constant screaming about living wage, and every job has to give you a living wage. It's crap because
just
entry
like
level
minimum
jobs
wage is
and all that
bullshit.
stuff. It's not sustainable anywhere in any industry, and I just
you have to have an incentive, right?
Yeah.
Well, I worked fast food. My wife worked fast food. We worked in the same place for a long time. Worked for a cousin of mine, and we did other fast food and things along. And I worked some pretty crap jobs. And you know what the motivation of those was for me to go to school and learn something to do better.
Okay. I was flipping out because so it's a different currency.
Yeah,
so I was
New Zealand.
I was reacting. Yeah,
I know. I was like, what the freak?
Oh, is that? Oh,
but it is over $20 here for In-N-Out and McDonald's in Colorado. My daughter could go get a job at In-N-Out for I think $21 with like a $1,500 signing bonus because they're that desperate for people.
But you know what? In-N-Out is a much better experience.
Tim,
better experience, but it's still just fast food work.
Tim just said it. Tim just said I heard 26 an hour in California.
Seen that.
I
see that. Clay. Go ahead.
There's an economist. His name is Paul Zane Pilzer, and for a long while he was making speeches at various different Amway conventions. He has a presentation. He is of the mindset, and has been an advocate for this for a long time. But he's basically sitting there saying that one of the things that has messed up corporate America was the idea of the corporation providing all of these benefits like health insurance, medical insurance, all that kind of thing. He said basically what you need to do, and we've had people talking about this now with portability. Right. In order to attract people, sure, go to your health insurance companies and negotiate prices, but at the same time, you pay your people enough that they can pay for their insurance and they can take it with them. We got into this thing with the corporate culture paying for all of this stuff for your employees. It's generated this entitlement mentality where it's like, well, what you owe me. If you want to hire me, you're going to give me all this stuff.
It's also how healthcare prices get out of hand. I don't feel them directly, so because I don't feel it when I go and pay it. $30,000 for a surgery or something doesn't sound so bad because I'm not paying it. The insurance is paying it. Well, it's a pool, right? And it's a social thing. Eventually you run out of other people's money. A lot of people will get into these pools of insurance, and you get small business stuff going together. You get into a consortium. One person gets cancer. That's $350,000, and they shut that entire consortium off. And about 4,000 people in 25, 30 small businesses now don't have health care. That's been, kind of how it happened because the health insurance companies are making mint money. They are making record profits because
it's not just insurance, it's also pharmaceutical companies.
Right. Yeah. But they are making record profits because they're not paying the hospital system at all. We haven't gotten a negotiation in our system for price increase from the insurance companies in 4 years. 4 years. And what has inflation been for the last 4 years?
Oh, God.
Right? Yeah. So the reason that your healthcare services are going down has nothing to do with the fact that we don't have government-run healthcare. It has everything to do with the fact, with the insurance companies, that all came from Obamacare and stuff from there.
Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, I know.
No,
you see what the drug company's been doing. The reason that the U.S. drug companies charge so much is because if they didn't, there would be no research done on drugs.
No R&D.
At all.
Yeah.
Because no other country in the world pays for drug research outside of the U.S. Doesn't pay for any kind of stuff. So there wouldn't be any Viagra. All right. And I know half the people on the panel like that.
I would be okay. I would be okay with it. Yeah.
But
look,
the cancer drugs and the advancements that they've had, the genetic research and all that stuff from there, if we didn't have the high drug prices that we have in the U.S., there's no way that stuff would get done. Now, some of it's nefarious, for sure. And there's some pretty, usually non-clinical people in charge of these drug companies that are gouging people. But yeah, Jason Tech and I could probably spend a 3-hour show talking about nothing but medical insurance.
Oh, I know because I had to be unemployed for a bit and I was forced to pay Obamacare.
Oh,
yeah, that stuff's nasty.
Oh, I have to pay my
personal. All I can do is apologize in real time.
Yep.
But what I want to say is we have drawn near the end of this stream, and I need to promote all of the incredible.
Oh wait, there's one more thing.
Go ahead. Oh,
yeah. This is.
Uh-oh.
Look at this distinguished gentleman. Look at the way he is sitting. Yes, very distinguished. I see.
That's great. That's perfect.
Look at
that's E-Clay.
Beautiful.
Great job.
That's brilliant.
Great job, E-Clay. That's good
E-Clay
stuff.
Nailed it.
And I'm still saying the
brilliant.
exact same way.
Southern Bell sent a super chat I can't find in the stream. There it is.
I thought I highlighted that one.
Food prices went up same amount at all stores. They screwed franchises. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
The one thing that really drove them to the meteoric rise that they had, they've decided to screw them over now.
All right. So with that being said, and with the future of fast food in question, which I'm fine with, because I like to eat healthy things, I will say this: it's going to be more expensive to get fat. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to, or I should say, I want people to promote themselves before I say goodbye. I want Toxic Man Flu to lead the charge of the brigade of the light. Something.
Oh, I get to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
I don't have. Well, I have a channel, but I don't do anything. So there you go. I try and do some stuff with CultureCasino.
Yes.
We create award shows and commercials and stuff. And then Comics Division. What do we have tomorrow night? Let's see. I think it's Spencer Bakuli tomorrow night from Bounding into Comics.
Ooh.
Andy Masterson, who's been live in our chat, is going to be with us on Thursday the 6th. So it's good to be there. And Jason Tech is going to be with us on the 10th. All right. We got Mad Cheesemo is going to join us for some guest. Well, he's on the panel.
Yeah, he's an occasional panelist when he shows up.
Yeah, I'm going to get him on a couple of times in a row and get him on there. We got Shagsworth the 17th. We got all kinds of stuff.
Shagsy.
Sure.
And it's a weave.
These are my friends. Speaking of my friends, here's the sheep. It's that 70s rock fan.
Oh, you bastard. Hey, yeah, well, I do have a channel. And I do things on it. Unlike Toxic, I do things on it. That 70s rock fan. We've had some fantastic shows in the last 2 or 3 weeks with a bunch of guys called the Rock and Roll Rowdies. These guys are veteran tour managers for bands like Genesis, Pink Floyd, Peter Gabriel, etc. And tomorrow's show is a guy called Alan Granny Grange. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then so it's Monday, 3 p.m. on That 70s Rock Fan. And then on Thursday on my show on Pop Culture Minefield on Thursday morning, we've got a guy called Sean David Lowe coming on, who's a writer and producer of independent movies. And he's going to be promoting his next movie called The Last Kumite. I'll say that correctly. Starring Cynthia Rothrock and various other martial arts artists. So that's also going to be a fantastic conversation. So yeah, lots of great stuff going on. Thanks for having me, Culture.
No, thanks for being here. 70s, you are a scholar in something else. Speaking of something else, we've got our good friend Jason here from Sci-Fi for Me TV. His name is actually Jason, so he's the only one actually here named Jason. Jason,
unless I'm in trouble, then I'm George.
All right. Yes. Well, tell people what you do for real.
We are a science fiction, fantasy, horror channel. We do news and reviews. We've got several different programs. Here is what we've got mainly. Weekdays, Live from the Bunker is one of our bigger shows, interviews and conversations. This is the full lineup of all the shows that we have on the air right now. The live programming we send to YouTube, Odyssey, Twitch, and Rumble, so you can find us any of those places. And we're on all sorts of social media stuffs and things. So Cameron Pasha is an occasional guest. Culture has been on the program several times. So we talk mostly sci-fi, horror, some money stuff, and on the occasion. So we stay busy around here. And as Culture says, we are criminally undersubbed. Yes. We are currently sitting at 2362 over on YouTube, but I want to get the Odyssey and the Rumble numbers up. So.
Rightfully so, sir. And of course, we have a resident comic book nerd type guy. He looks like Lemmy. He sings like Lemmy. He beards like, I don't know, Gary. It's our buddy. Oh, yeah. There you go. 32 flavors of Nick Weiser.
Culture Casino. You had a late night culture with 600 people, and it was huge. Huge.
Anyways, yes. I have a channel, and you should sub to it. I see a lot of new faces, and you should sub to it because Toxic Tuesday, we're talking major pain this Tuesday night. And I'll have Jason Sandberg on this Friday night for the comic shop talk. And, of course, find me yelling at parked cars with the Dix Division tomorrow night, Midnight's Edge After Dark. And, of course, I'll have videos and all that good stuff. This week, thank you for having me, Sir Culture of the Casinos, cock and all. I hope to meet a few of you faces for whatever it is in Dallas.
Me too. Look, I normally would do this and say the elegant smoker is elegantly smoking because he was. You know what? Why not? You do stuff sometimes.
I do stuff. I put the link for my Rumble channel in the YouTube chat because everything that I do is actually over on Rumble, outside of appearing on panels over here on YouTube, including most of the ones that the other guys have described. I do a Saturday night show with fellow panelist here tonight, that 70s rock fan. He does it on his YouTube channel. I do it on my Rumble. We talk bourbon and we talk hockey. And over the last 2 weeks on Rumble, we've gone from about an average of 40 views a week to an average of just over 1,275 views per week for the last 2 weeks. So
that's
Rumble
awesome.
is really, really doing it for us. So
good, we're sexy.
Really happy with them. So yeah, you can catch me on Comics tomorrow night. And great to be here. Great to talk to everybody. And hope everybody has a great Sunday night.
And I always save the best for last because, you know what? We need more ladies. Ladies! What's going on, Magitech Mags?
Hi, guys. Well, this week is going to be, because I usually been doing my Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster game streams on Thursday, but with it being Holy Week, Holy Thursday, I am probably going to be taking a break. So everything will resume next Thursday, of course. And, that time with family and, religious obligations and all. But you can find me on Twitter, Twitch. Actually, I just opened up a Kick streaming account. Ooh. And I have a Rumble account and an Odyssey account, all under Magitech Mags. And you can find me on YouTube there. But I am trying to organize something where I can put some of my gaming streams multi-platform between Kick streaming and Rumble. While it's good on YouTube, I think there's definitely viability going on Rumble, and I like what I'm seeing. and definitely with kick streaming, it seems like they're more than willing to work with their creators too, and the UI it seems to be similar to Twitch but a little bit better. But yeah, I have all of that stuff opened up, and yeah, I am actually in the works of I have an idea for a interview series. I just need to be able to get an intro and outro, and get some guests lined up, because I think it's a really good series. I think it's I don't want to reveal too much because I don't want anybody to take the idea, but it's kind of based on like the entertainment that made us, and it depends on what kind of entertainment. So
don't give too much away. I like this.
Yeah, it's it's a series.
If only you knew people who did intros, outros, and thumbnails.
Are you saying, Culture? You would volunteer?
I can handle the intro and outro. I can point you to a good thumbnail person, and
okay, that'd be great, because I have an idea in my head, and I have like maybe like a narration part of it too. But I think it'd be a very interesting series, and I think it'd be a very good series to show it. Yes, we may not like modern stuff today, but I think it could show our passionate side too, and I think that's a good way to kind of showcase that.
I am with you, and with that, I will say that she's being rather modest. She appears on a lot of other shows, a lot of other panels, and it's just great to have her here as some feminine
toxic femininity.
Have some of that here on this panel. And with that, let's get everybody back in full screen and say this. I had a wonderful time tonight. Those of you in the chat, we had over 600 of you, nearly 700 at one point in time. I cannot project upon you how much I appreciate the support we've had. 190 of you here now. And as you know, this is not the ending of the show. This is the beginning of the ending of the show. So I will do what I always do and say, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, well, OAOAO.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back.
So, Mags, I was going to ask you, what's it like to be close to somebody as overwhelmingly sexy as Culture?
It's weave-tastic.
It is it weave-tastic. Wow, it does. He does seem to exude masculinity, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a very hairy man, that's for sure.
I regret this choice. I regret it a lot.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Oh, hi, Brahma. Was that Elf or was that Flash or Mexican Iron Man who jumped in there?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Since it was going out the window, I'm pretty sure it was Mexican Iron Man. But
yeah,
we know he loves
yeah.
Elf, so probably had some Elf underwear on.
Flash is his favorite hero too, I hear.
Yeah.
The best. Well,
I hope you and your girls enjoy the movie this week.
Well, I'll be on TNT to talk about it. Believe me, I will come.
Do not come.
Why, hello there, random citizen.
Oh, hey there, little buddy. How's it going?
Have you subscribed to Culture Casino yet?
Well, no.
Friggin' A. These guys, I tell ya.
Oh!
Dang it, I missed. Why won't these guys just subscribe already?
That hurt.
You know, we really need to get our puppet and get something put together with that.
Mrs. Flu, just let me know what you want. They just had like a 3-hour meeting tonight. But you know, Culture had almost 700 people in watching tonight, which is more people than are in AOC on a daily basis. So I think that went very well. It had that many people there. So yeah.
And Culture's not going to get an ethics complaint.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Well, I might give him an ethics complaint. He's been saying bad stuff about me behind the scenes, private chat, the whole time.
No.
You know, people say, okay, so they go up and they grab his hair. Oh, it's real because it doesn't come off. It's glue. It's glue, folks. The guy's more bald than Telly Savalas. You don't know who Telly Savalas is? Look it up.
Who loves you, baby?
Who loves you, baby?
What are you doing here? The show's over. No, really, it's over. I mean, sure, we'll probably talk backstage about the show and all the amazing people out there tonight, but we're really done now. And I even played the credits, so you can go home. Go home. Seriously.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking stupid!
Fade in. Fade in.
Thanks, everybody.